the 7th in the series, Private Sector-Driven Initiative, with the theme Adapting Stability Through Diaspora Investments, Navigating the Path to Prosperity. It's good to have everyone here once again with us. It's day 2, and we are just set to start. First, we'd like to request that everyone should please come together. We want everyone to be seated closely together. And by the way, the closer we are, the warmer it is for you, if you know what I mean. So, advice, don't sit aloof, don't sit away, sit closer. And I'm sure it's much better. I want to very, very quickly recognize here with us the host, Chairman, Chief Executive Officer, Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, NIDCOM, Honorable Dr. Abike Dabiri Erewa, OON. She's in the building. Please, a round of applause for her. Also, we can confirm that we have, of course, in the building, the NDIS Summit Coordinator and Chairman, Board of Trustees, Nigeria Diaspora Summit Initiative, NDIS, Dr. Ms. Badewa Adejugbe Williams. She's also around. And I can confirm that committee members are around doing their bits at various corners. The program coordinator is also very much around. I'm talking about Barrister Theodore Safia is also around. And members of the committee, members of the diaspora who've joined us are all around. We also recognize some of the children who've joined us for the program. Some were here yesterday and some are also here today. So thank you for coming. We'll begin right now with the national anthem. We all rise.
Hail thee, our own dear native land, though tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. As all are proud to serve our sovereign motherland, our flag shall be a symbol that truth and justice reign, in peace or battle honored, and this we count as gain, to hand unto our children a banner without stain. O God of all creation, grant this our one request. Help us to build a nation where no man is oppressed, and so with peace and plenty Nigeria may be blessed.
A great prayer to which we all say amen. Please be seated. Once again, Excellencies, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Day 2, it is, of the program. Today is Wednesday, and the 6th of November, 2024. We want to quickly also announce our rapporteurs, Augustine Adebudo and Idris Mohammed, taking their seats there, and they've particularly requested that teachers should never forget to do the ask. Some did yesterday forget. So ensure that you do the ask, which is the call to action towards the end. We'll begin now by inviting Mrs. Mary Davis of the NDIS Secretariat to take us through a recap. Please give her a round of applause. Mary Davis. Seems only the Americans are clapping.
Thank you, Tokbe. Don't we just love Tokbe? Good morning, everybody. It's good to have you all. I hope everybody rested well. And the purpose of this recap is just to, kind of remind us what happened yesterday. And it's also to energize us for today. So I'm just going to read the recap, and then we'll go straight into today's program. So with an introduction, day one, Tuesday, November 5th, 2024, the 7th Nigerian Diaspora Summit, NDIS, themed Adapting Stability Through Diaspora Investment, Navigating the Path to Prosperity. It commenced with an air of excitement at the Presidential Villa, which is where we're still seated. This year's lucky number, Dr. Badiwa kept saying lucky number 7. Lucky number 7 is for completion. The number 7 summit was officially launched by the rousing sounds of Nigeria's new national anthem, which just brings a lot of emotions to a lot of us. It's a prayer for a better country that we all pray to see. The national anthem was followed by opening remarks from my own very dear sister friend and the leader of the planning team, Dr. Badiwa Adejugbe Williams. She's the chief summit chair, summit coordination. Dr. Badiwa warmly welcomed participants, emphasizing NDIS's impact on Nigeria's national development and celebrating past achievements. She extended a heartfelt gratitude to the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, NIDCOM, under the leadership of the very able Mama Diaspora, Honorable Dr. Abike Dabiri Erewa. We call her Haid. And Dr. Badawa expressed deep appreciation for the global Nigeria diaspora's ongoing dedication to Nigeria's growth. Get ready to pitch was her enthusiastic announcement, setting the tone for the summit. Now, into the first pitching session. In the first pitching session, there were 9 presentations scheduled, with 6 delivered as planned, and 2 additional pitches were previously unscheduled presenters. This dynamic session included a very lively question and answer segment, notable interventions, and led smoothly into the opening ceremony of the summit. Opening ceremonies. Now, the welcome remarks following the national anthem, Dr. Badiwa officially welcomed attendees to this 7th landmark edition. She highlighted how the summit has, over the years, connected diaspora investors with local businesses, particularly SMEs, significantly impacting Nigeria's business landscape. And she thanked the federal government, the presence of President Bola Tinubu, represented by the Secretary to the Government, Senator George Akume, and NIDCOM's chair, Dr. Dabiri Erewa, whose boundless energy, Dr. Badiwa noted, has been instrumental in bringing the summit to life. We had an opening remarks from the chief host in the person of NIDCOM's chair, Honorable Dr. Abike Dabiri Erewa, and she acknowledged the dignitaries in the room, the Nigerian diaspora, and all attendees, spotlighting notable diaspora successes in business. She emphasized the current administration's focus on economic growth and diversification, reassuring attendees that steps are being taken to safeguard investments. Dr. Dabiri Erewa expressed gratitude to the NDIS planning team and encouraged everyone to make the most of the summit. Now we're going to talk about the goodwill messages. The first of the goodwill messages was delivered by Director of Diaspora Affairs, DTCA, my own dear brother, Okeogene Sefia, and he was representing the Director General, DTCA, Ambassador Rabiu Dagari. Ambassador Dagari commended NIDCOM for their partnership in harnessing the African diaspora's potential for national development. He reaffirmed DTCA's commitment to initiate to initiatives like NDIS, urging the diaspora to contribute actively to Nigeria's growth. The Chairman, House Committee on Diaspora Matter, Honorable Tochukwu Okere. Honorable Okere celebrated the Nigeria diaspora's contributions, noting the significance of their 20 billion remittances to the economy. He lauded their commitment to development, encouraged continued investment in Nigeria's future. Then there was the Chairman's Senate Committee on Diaspora Affairs, Senator Victor Ume. Senator Ume welcomed participants, reflecting on how the summit's theme resonates with the country's goals. He encouraged diaspora knowledge sharing and partnership with local investors, pledging the National Assembly's support. Now let's talk about the sponsors that were in the room. We had the MD CEO, First Bank Group, Olusegun Aleb Biosu, who was represented. The representative expressed gratitude to NDIS for including First Bank, a long-standing supporter of Nigeria's MSMEs. The bank remains committed to strategic partnerships aimed at fostering economic growth. And I'd like to say again that we're very grateful to First Bank as our major sponsor this year. Then we had the Chief Corporate Communications Officer for NNPC. NNPC also a major supporter this year. And the Corporate Communications Officer, Olufemi Sonayer, was represented by Mrs. Oluwakemi Olumoyiwa. Mrs. Olumoyiwa highlighted NNPC's investment in compressed natural gas, CNG stations, presenting a promising opportunity for diaspora investors. And then we had the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Honorable His Excellency Ambassador Yusuf M. Tugar, and he was represented by Ambassador Akinremi Bolaji. Ambassador Bolaji conveyed 5 directives from the ministry, encouraging diaspora members to utilize the Global Health Desk, connect Nigerian businesses with international markets, collaborate with Nigerian missions worldwide, maintain communications, and promote the government's 4D diplomacy strategy. And then there was the keynote address. The keynote address from our president, the president and father of the nation, I like to honor that position. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, represented by Senator George Akume, congratulated NDIS on hosting a transformative summit, recognizing the diaspora's invaluable contributions. Senator Akume underscored the administration's focus on stability and growth. He commended the summit's structured pitching sessions as a platform connecting local and diaspora entrepreneurs aimed at driving national progress. Senator Akume highlighted government's efforts with the CNG initiative to enhance security measures and support for startups, reaffirming the administration's commitment to fostering a business-friendly environment. He concluded by encouraging entrepreneurs to showcase their ideas effectively and urging investors to take advantage of the many, many opportunities available in Nigeria. Then we went into the pitching session, the creative sports and entertainment pitching session. This session was moderated by actor and broadcaster Patrick Dole. This session featured key figures in Nigeria's creative industry, including Richard Mofe Damijer and Foster Corder, who was joined virtually. They discussed investment potential in Nigeria's movie and movie sectors with an emphasis on supporting local communities. Then the third pitching session was moderated by Hajia Amina Musa Babas Suzuki, the CEO of Pan-Afrique Investment, it's a French word, Investment Consultant, France. And this session showcased 5 pitches from the creative sector with a robust audience engagement, and valued insights shared by Mr. Beard and Dominic Odunaga. Now, the closing recap. As we close on the first day of the 7th Diaspora Investment Summit, one thing was clear to us, and that's the fact that we are on the right path. Yesterday was a powerful reminder of the boundless potential within our community, an unbreakable Nigerian spirit, ready to drive progress, foster prosperity, and create lasting impact. From the moment we heard the national anthem, to the heartfelt welcome, to the dynamic pitches, and each goodwill message, it was evident that Nigerians at home and abroad are united in one mission, and that mission is to build a prosperous, resilient Nigeria. And I could cry thinking about that because it came out clearly in everything that was said here yesterday. The theme, adapting stability through diaspora investment, navigating the path to prosperity, guided every session as we explored how to unlock growth through shared expertise, mentoring, building lasting relationships, and so many collaborative frameworks, some that we have seen and we will see others today. The energy in the room showed us that no one can build Nigeria like Nigerians can. Yesterday's speeches sparked promising ideas and new connections, sowing the seeds for a future collaborative success. And as we begin today's session, day 2, as we begin day 2 this morning, I just want to ask us to carry forward the same passion and commitment. Together, we can make today another milestone in the journey to a greater Nigeria. With each conversation, each partnership, each innovative idea shared, we move closer to building the Nigeria that we know it can be. Here is to another impactful day ahead. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Mary Davis, NDIS Secretariat. We move on in the program swiftly, shall we? Next on the program is remark by the Chairman, Chief Executive Officer, Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, NIDCAM, our all-Nigerian, Honorable Dr. Abike Dabiri Erewa, OON. Please welcome the host with a round of applause. While we wait for her, let me take a moment to quickly recognize especially our friends from the diaspora. So do we have our American friends here? Yes, they are. Wave your hand. The Americas. So who's winning the election today? Don't talk about it. Don't talk. Keep it in your heart. We have the Canadians here. Where are the Canadians? They're probably watching the election as well. The Asians watching the US election. Everyone is watching. At NDIS, we watch how it works and we make it work. And one person who makes it work all the time, election or no election, is of course our very distinguished Chairman, Chief Executive Officer, Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, NIDCAM, Honorable Dr. Abike Dabiri Erewa, who is ably going to be represented by Director at NIDCAM, who is also a member of the planning committee. Mr. Abiodun Akambi takes the microphone now.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the day 2 of the Nigeria Diaspora Investment Summit. My job is so simple. I'm just to welcome all of us to this event. Yesterday was very impactful, and I believe all of us can testify to that, and we look forward to another wonderful experience today. Yes, my madam is here, but she has asked me to do this. You know, she just finished a very fantastic interview at Channels TV this morning, talking about irregular migration, the dangers and all that. So we want her to rest for some time. I'm sure she will still come on stage later to do 1 or 2 things. So on behalf of my chairman, So on behalf of my chairman, CEO, Honorable Dr. Abike Dabiri Erewa OON, aka Mama Diaspora, I welcome you all to the day 2 of this event. Sit back and enjoy the moment. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Please give him another round of applause. And that's to mentoring and ensuring that others grow. You want to give another round of applause to Honorable Dr. Abike Dabiri, Erewa OON, for making her own people do the work, and that's what it should be. We move on to presentation. This is on re-engineering diaspora engagement for economic development and growth in Africa. The Chairman, Corporate Council on Africa, and Founder, Chief Executive Officer, Access Dallas, Texas, USA, will be making this presentation online. Let's welcome the gentleman. But just before he speaks, let me tell you a bit about him, on who he is. He is the founder and CEO of Access, the leading home healthcare technology company in North America. In this role, he leads the strategic vision and works on ensuring that things are done right. He's been very successful in his work and understands engagement for economic development and growth. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome our speaker, Mr. John Olajide, speaking to us online.
Good day, everyone. I bring you greetings from Dallas, Texas. It's such an honor to be among you today. I stand on all existing protocol, but I want to especially recognize the chairman and CEO of the Nigerian Diaspora Commission, Honorable Abike Dabiri, for extending the invitation and just the opportunity to speak to this audience. Thank you so very much. So again, good day to you all, and thank you for hosting this important event. I am honored and humbled to be asked to deliver this keynote address because there are so many noteworthy and accomplished members of the Nigerian diaspora. I am privileged to be among so many leaders at this event who care about finding ways to deepen Nigerian engagement through investment and commercial partnerships to address global challenges, harness innovative solutions, and drive inclusive economic growth in our country. As a proud Nigerian, I'm well aware of this potential, and I have investments in Nigeria in technology, agriculture, tourism, and financial services. But I'm not alone. There are 400,000 Nigerians living in the United States alone, largely clustered in Dallas-Fort Worth, Houston, New York, the Washington, D.C. area, and lots of other places. They make up one of the best educated diasporas in the United States, many working in technology, medicine, and education. Very few diasporas in the world match the Nigerian diaspora in economically engaging their homeland. Much of the world recognizes Nigeria's economic potential. They're drawn by Nigeria's large pool of talented and entrepreneurial youth, many excelling in high tech, the arts, and other innovative industries. There is a need for us as a community of diaspora Nigerians to look back home as an investment destination too. See, I'm an entrepreneur with a firm belief that business should be a force for good in the world. I truly believe with the proper mindset that anything is possible. To put my remarks in context, I'd like to share a little bit about where I came from. My name is Nii John Olajide, a proud son of Irumakwe Ekiti in Ekiti State. I'm the third of 5 boys born to my parents. It may also interest you to know that I was born in Ajegunle in Lagos. I grew up and had my primary and secondary school education in Nigeria. I grew up in a Nigeria where it was the ideal for every child to have a qualitative education in public schools, regardless of the economic circumstances of their families, where every child could aspire to a brighter future and be given the chance to fully express his or her God-given potential in life. I say very often that it is this solid foundation in character and learning that I got from my family, and as a Nigerian, that accounts for the modest achievements that I've attained so far in life. It may interest you to know that my parents, both of them, did not get more than a primary 6 education. but they were very smart and they placed a high premium on their children excelling in school and being morally upright. Indeed, from very early in my life, I internalized the values that have guided me in my life and career so far. What are they? Selfless service, collaboration, hard work, excellence, and integrity. After completing high school in Nigeria, I proceeded to attend university in America at the University of Texas at Dallas, and Dallas has been my home in America ever since. I used what I learned and took advantage of the opportunities to create a home healthcare technology company that continues to grow and impact millions and millions of lives around the world. Today, we're the global leader in our space. I founded Access Technologies more than 17 years ago, and we've successfully built it into the leading home healthcare technology company in the world. Our technology is used not only in the US, but also by healthcare providers in Canada, in Europe, the Middle East, and in lots of other places. Today, we have operations across 4 continents. With that business in good shape, in 2019, I set my sights on investing in Nigeria as Cavista Holdings, which is a parent company for a portfolio of companies and investments in various sectors. I'm investing in Nigeria with 3 goals in mind. Number 1, jobs. Number 2, jobs. And I'm sure you know what number 3 is. It's even more jobs. Our first company, Cavista Technologies, employs today the largest number of software engineers in Nigeria who are innovating and solving problems in the healthcare space globally. We now have other offices in India, in the Philippines, and Canada, and most recently, Botswana. In 2022, our hospitality company, Glossian Hospitality, took a concession for Ikogosi Warm Springs Resort in Ekiti State, revamping it and naming it the Ikogosi Warm Springs Resort and Conference Center, or renamed it, basically. With the good work of our Glossian Hospitality leadership team, Ikogosi has been named the best holiday resort in Nigeria for the 2nd year in a row. We've had the pleasure of hosting many Nigerian political and business leaders. Just recently, the U.S. Consul General and the acting U.S. Ambassador and many other dignitaries who enjoyed the surroundings that Ikogosi visited and seen the only place in the world where there are warm and cold springs in the same place that meet and run alongside each other, with each maintaining its thermal properties. Amazing. We've created hundreds of jobs in Ekiti State and reinvigorated the tourism industry through a partnership with the Ministry of Arts, Culture, Creative Economy, and Tourism. And I'm talking about the federal ministry here, is who we have a partnership with. I am very proud of the impact that we're having, and you're welcome to come visit us at Ikogosi. I am particularly proud that we've turned this Nigerian treasure from a state of complete dilapidation into a world-class tourism asset. My most interesting, some might say challenging investment so far though, has been our farm project, Agbewa Farms in Ekiti State. One of my dreams is to again restore the idea of Agbeloba in Yoruba, meaning really that there's dignity and prosperity in farming, meaning the farmer is king. We're working closely with the state government to work with local farmers to cultivate cassava on over 100,000 hectares of land. This is just not an investment in a crop, but an investment in people. Took the time a few years ago to establish a 30-year plan for the region, addressing, amongst other things, infrastructure needs, educational priorities, and legislative priorities to ensure the alignment of laws, policies, and programs that will support the region's growth and prosperity. The Dallas region understands the incredible value of compounding on its continued success. I must share with you that I believe we're all getting either slightly better or worse every day. At Access, I comment often that we're either growing or we're dying. It's binary. We're either growing or dying. There is no middle ground. But growth does not have to be dramatic every day. just by making a little progress every day can lead to meaningful improvements. A 1% change is barely noticeable in isolation, but because of the miracle of compounding, it can have dramatic consequences. If Nigeria can get 1% better every day, by how much would you think it'll improve in 1 year? The answer, surprisingly, is 37 times, just by being 1% better every day over the course of 1 year. Change, in whatever direction though, starts to add up over time. Staying committed to our vision matters, and that will require all of us working together. At Access, we have people from more than 50 countries represented in our staff strength of over 1,500 people. And I have no doubt that embracing this diversity and working together as a team has contributed tremendously to helping us grow. Diversity and inclusion are key to ensuring we benefit from hearing all the different voices and opinions. It applies to businesses as much, I believe, as it applies to communities, organizations, as well as politics and governance. At all my companies, we always say, may the best idea win, regardless of where it comes from. Everyone is included and encouraged to offer up their ideas to make us better. Ours is a culture of humility where everyone is valued and their contributions vital to the success of the organization. It is a culture of performance and merit over ego. Another of my responsibilities is serving as the chairman of the Corporate Council on Africa, which is the premier organization promoting investment and trade between the US and African countries. Just so you know, to give you context, 85% of all US investment on the African continent is by members of the Corporate Council on Africa. In that capacity, I see promising signs of development throughout the continent. A few facts that highlight the opportunity in the decades ahead, I'll share them with you. For instance, Africa's GDP has been growing at an average of 3.3% per year, surpassing the global average. The African continent is home to 6 of the 10 fastest growing economies in the world, offering tremendous business opportunities. Africa has a rapidly growing middle class, with consumer spending expected to reach $2.1 trillion by 2025. I said trillion, it's a big number. With the launch of the African Continental Free Trade Agreement, for instance, Africa now has one of the world's largest free trade markets of 1.3 billion people and $3.4 trillion in combined GDP across the African continent. Intra-African trade will expand, and Africa will also play a greater role in shifting global supply chains, and there are tremendous opportunities for Nigeria there. I encourage everyone here to start having conversations about opportunities that might be available, and to take the time to build meaningful relationships that are the foundation of all great and lasting partnerships. For every single Nigerian at home and abroad, it is our time to act. We need everyone's contribution to build the Nigeria of our dreams. So this is my call to action. And I want you to listen to me very carefully. What will you do for your country to help it attain its pride of place in the community of nations and leave it a better place for generations to come? I want you to think about that question. My sincerest hope is that we will all have the opportunity to reflect back in the years ahead and say with pride that during this investment summit, we made connections, built relationships, and forged partnerships that made a difference and resulted in improving many, many millions of lives. Without a doubt, I know that working together, I know we can and we will. Thank you all so much for the opportunity to spend some time with you today.
Thank you very much. Please do give him another round of applause. What will you do, he said, to make a difference in your country? Well, there's a breaking news that would want to quickly inform the community. A man who's done quite a lot since appointed 19th June 2023 by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the Chief of Army Staff of Nigeria. And under his tenure, we've indeed seen some success. I'm talking about Lieutenant General Taoreed Abiodun Lagbaja. This morning, the breaking news is that he's now late. We rise to observe a minute's silence for this great Nigerian, gentleman par excellence, who served the country with vigor and delight. May his soul and that of the faithful departed rests in peace. Amen. Thank you. Please be seated. Your Excellency is very distinguished, ladies and gentlemen. The country is Nigeria, and there's a lot that can be done and still can be done with great people around. At this 7th NDIS summit, I can confirm that we have great Nigerians ensuring that they're bringing great private sector-driven initiatives to the fore. The gentleman we just listened to online will be with us by 2 p.m. later this afternoon, and we'll have the opportunity to interact with him and ask him questions. So those who may have questions for Mr. John Olajide, please keep them. So 2 p.m. this afternoon, he will be around and you'll be able to interact with him. Another great gentleman who is here with us, the CEO of Pelican Valley Nigeria Limited. He is a real estate Caesar, ambassador, and an accomplished journalist, realtor, and developer par excellence with over 2 decades of combined experience in media and real estate. He has a proven track record of success in both fields with a strong reputation for professionalism, integrity, and exceptional results. The gentleman, an indigene of Ibadan, Oyo State, cut his teeth at UNLAG, where he had his education, studied industrial relations and personal management, and today stands committed to seeing his country, Nigeria, become better than the best. Please welcome, to speak to us very briefly, Mr. Babatunde Adeyemo, a real estate Caesar. A round of applause for his Caesar will be appropriate.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Ambassador Dr. Babatunde Adeyemo. I'm an anti-corruption ambassador. I'm ECOWAS Youth Ambassador, United Nations POLAC Ambassador as well. To the glory of God, I'm the CEO of Pelican Valley Nigeria Limited, a real estate born out of passion for unusual homes. I would like to use this opportunity to say a big thank you to the promoter and the convener of this event, most especially my sister, a performer, Honorable Abike Dabiri. I really appreciate you, Erewa. Thank you so much for giving your son this opportunity. I really appreciate you. All protocol duly extended. I would like to thank again the Nigerian Diaspora Commission for bringing about investors with like minds, investors with proven track records to meet their prospective clients abroad. Nigerians in diaspora are often confronted with so many challenges, which includes being duped, all around, because people take advantage of the fact that they cannot come all the way from wherever they are to come and fight court cases or go into dispute with anyone. But now the commission is bringing about investors with integrity to meet their demands now, which Pelican Valley is part of them. We are real estate with a proven track record, which has won us laurels, almost 100 awards in the last 1 year. Investments are so unique to the extent that we've been able to bring about 1,000 Nigerian diaspora into our investment dragnet. My company, Pelican Valley Nigeria Limited, has 100% positive reviews on Google. You can check it on Google, Pelican Valley Nigeria Limited. Check Dr. Babatunde Adeyemo, and all our investors are now their ambassadors, and we really appreciate that. Why I'm here is to employ more Nigerian diaspora to join the queue, to take advantage of Pelican real estate investment. Our Pelican Valley Nigeria Limited, our Pelican Valley Estate, Pelican Brief Estate, Pelican Eco Stay Apartment have a very close proximity to Lagos. We're just about 45 minutes drive to Alausa Secretariat, and we're just about 15 minutes drive to the Ogun State Central Business District. And we commenced Pelican Valley with just sales of the patrimony sum of about 780,000 naira about 10 years ago. Today, a plot of land at Pelican Valley is 25 million naira. We started Pelican Brief just about 3 years ago with a patrimony sum of 500,000 naira. Today, a plot in Pelican Brief Estate, Kobakbe, is about 7.5 million naira. So, and we just secured an approval for about additional plots of 600 plots from the Ogun State government to join, to extend part of our estate. We are calling on Nigerian in diaspora to come and invest wisely. This is an investment opportunity that would not, we've been into this business for almost 15 years without a single court case, without a dispute, no complaints whatsoever from anyone, individual or corporate organization. So I just want to use this opportunity to blow our trumpet to more Nigerians in diaspora. I know they have been taking advantage. They've taken us to London. I was in Canada. I was taken to Canada by some of our clients, although also in London. We're there about a couple of with Honorable Abeke Dabri about a year ago, and they've tried us, they've patronized us, and they are really convinced. And I also want to urge our average Nigerian youth that there is a lot of opportunities in the real estate business and investment. It's as easy as starting with no capital, with zero capital. As a graduate, you can start real estate business with zero capital and grow with it. I'm a proven example. I started this business just about 15 years ago with less than 1.5 million naira. Today, we have an investment portfolio worth over 2 billion naira. And we are not owing anyone a dime. I've never defrauded anyone in my entire life. So it's a beautiful opportunity for any young Nigerian to take advantage of this opportunity and become great. It is doable, sincerely. And I want to thank everyone for listening to me, giving us the time and opportunity to say few words to you, because I don't want to bore us with long speeches, and I'll be entertaining any questions from anyone. I'll be ready to come back here to answer any question. No holds back. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Please do give him another round of applause. Thank you. So we'll move on in the program to the third pitching session. My co-MC, Mr. Simon Ibanjo, will take the introductions. Please give my co-MC a round of applause. My name is Dr. Tokwe Ojeme.
Good morning. Are we ready for day 2? Yeah? Okay. So I've come ready as well. Hausa hat, Sonu, Hajia, Yoruba attire, and greetings to You know, the other day, before I call on the person that's going to lead this, the other day, when I said the other day, it was a few years ago, I was speaking to Honorable Abike, and I said, Honorable Abike, I'm going to tell them that Honorable Abike Dabiri said this. She said, Sam, no. Always remember, my name is Honorable Abike Dabiri Erewa. Don't forget that. So I'm saying that, she's laughing at me, but she said it because it's dear to her. And she hasn't paid me to say this, but it's dear to her. And if you meet her husband, you know why. He's an ace gentleman. So round of applause for Bros Shegun and Honorable Abike. Okay, so today, the protocol, remember, it's pitching. So we're going to have, anyway, Marie's going to come talk about the moderator, the interventionist, but really importantly, position your ask. Ask. What is your ask? Not just your story, your ask. And remember, you're going to have 3 minutes. When you start to exceed it, people are going to start coming towards you. Or it's to be like yesterday when we had a very late lunch. So we want to finish on time, so let's do it on time. That said, it's my pleasure to invite, here she comes, all the way from Atlanta, Georgia, USA, our own Marie Davis. Round of applause.
Thank you and good morning again, and all protocols duly observed. I want to just give a little bit of housekeeping so we can move this really fast along. Let us move faster than we were yesterday. I want to first of all confirm that all the pitches are sitting in order, or at least that you're in the room. I'm just going to call your name and I want to see where you are. But before I do that, I'd like to invite the moderator for this session, and that would be in the person of Mrs. Titi Ojo. Mrs. Ojo, I saw you earlier. Thank you. Please come up to stage and give her a round of applause. Mrs. Titi is the National Coordinator, Standard Partnerships Program in Nigeria. And along with Mrs. Titi, we have a sectoral proposition which will be given by Professor Mahmoud Jega. Is Professor Jega in the room? Okay. Professor Jega, if we get to see him later, is the chairman, Presidential Livestock Reforms Implementation Committee here in Abuja. Having said that, now we are set to go. Our first speaker is Emmanuel Udayi. Is Emmanuel here? Good. Please start making your way to the front. And the very next person would be Lola Adesami. Lola, are you here? Is Lola here? Please, everybody, sit towards the front. That way we can save some time. And next to Lola would be Najim. I'm taking the, okay, good. And then Pelumi Aribisana. Okay, thank you. Priscilla Canis Obi. Thank you. John Osonwa. I saw Professor earlier. Is he here? Hi, Professor John. Tariq Ahmed. Good. Timothy Ogunira. John Tillery Ejim. Is John Tillery Ejim here? Dr. Thomas George. Dr. Thomas George. Lydia is here, I know that. And Adubayo Farms, I do know you're here. Thank you so much. So now we're going to call on Mr. Emmanuel Udayi of Jeremy Global Services. And sir, you have 3 minutes. And it is 3 minutes. Just introduce yourself, do your ask, and then, that's it. You're open for questions. Thank you all. Enjoy your time.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Emmanuel Udayi. I am the CEO of Jeremy Agriculture. Ladies and gentlemen, I bet you don't know that Nigeria is the largest producer of yam globally consumed. And I bet you do not know that Ghana is the largest exporter of yam. in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, my business strategy is I want 100 million naira to invest in my farm to expand my yam colonies in two states that I've identified here, in Nasarawa and Niger State, where we intend to produce 10 million tubers of yam and to export and also to process. Ladies and gentlemen, in the words of Professor Akinwumi Adeshina, the billionaires of these decades will not come from oil and gas, but they will come from agriculture, because people don't smoke gas and people don't drink oil, but they eat food. Ladies and gentlemen, my unique selling point is the world is hungry. Nigeria is hungry. There is food shortage right now. If we produce excess yam, we will export to other countries and we'll also sell. That is my unique selling point. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Okay.
Hello. All right. So we just want to announce that this session also has an interventionist, and that interventionist is the CEO of Linda's African Delicacy, and her name is Mrs. Linda Umaru. So if she's in the house, can she please join us on
She's
stage?
here
She's on
now.
stage already. All right. Thank you.
Yes. She just came on the stage. So thank you, Emmanuel. Thank you for that pitch. Emmanuel pitched on, the asking was 100 million, right?
Yes.
For yam,
Yam production
Yes.
and processing.
production and processing. And your locations are Nasarawa and Niger State.
Niger State, yes.
If I'm quite correct about that. This is a time to turn the tables to the audience. We're going to have questions. We have investors in the building. You've been able to pitch your asking. So right now, can we have, if you want to ask a question, you want to interrogate this presentation further, this is really brief. I know there's some parts that has not been touched, but if you're quite interested in knowing where your investment will end up, I think this is a good time to raise your hand so we could call you. So how many people are in the audience? I can see one hand. Yes. We're going to count now because immediately we recognize the hands up. Those will just be the ones that would ask the question. So I only have one hand. Are you sure you don't want to ask? Okay, so can we give the microphone? Someone wants to ask a question at the back, yes.
Thank you, Professor John. I'm also in the same line of business. I just want to ask, are you producing already, or this is a projection of what you want to do? Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for the question. Jeremy Agriculture have been in the business of agriculture since 2015, and we manage farms, and we also produce. We source for raw materials for a lot of companies around, and we have a team that has vast experience in crop production, especially maize, ginger, yam production. We've been in business for a while now. I think we have the experience, and we've been in it.
Another question though, but I have a question for you. So you want an investment of 100 million for what equity first?
Yes.
And then what's the return on this investment? The 100 million, what is it targeted at?
Okay.
How many tubers of yam, for example? It's important that the audience, maybe then we can ask you more questions, but.
Yes. Well, we're asking for 100 million naira investment with a 20% equity. And your return on, you have 100% return on investment, because this year alone, there was scarcity of yam. A tuber of yam went to about 20,000 to 15,000 naira. Yes. And
A tuber of yam, you said?
Yes.
50,000 naira?
No, 15 to 20,000 naira, ma. Yes.
Not exactly, but right on.
Yes.
A tuber, maybe 5,000. Maybe that's
No,
what you meant.
down south, ma. Down south.
50,000 for a tuber?
No, not
Okay.
50,000, ma.
15,000.
15,000.
My God.
12
my
to,
trouble.
yes.
Okay. But it's, of course, it's established that yam became crazily expensive, and I guess scarcity was part of it, yes.
Yes.
So you're solving the food security thing,
Exactly.
first of all, but the return on investment, where you said 100%, over what period? Because whoever is investing wants to see. And
Yes. So we tend to produce about 10 million tubers of yam annually, and to sustain that, we have a team with vast knowledge of on greenhouse farming. We want to sustain the production by planting in cement sacks, just to sustain the production annually, and then to not to have scarcity, and we'll have more yams to sell.
So I'll ask one more question, because I feel there's only one person that asked you. So you have 10 million tubers of yam.
Yes.
You're going to worry about storage.
Yes.
You need to worry about that. You talked about export. What countries are you looking at?
Yes.
And I think the third question I would ask is, even if you're going to process, what products are you processing yam into currently?
Okay, so this is how we intend to spend the 100 million naira. We intend to, in production and storage, because it's really very important. We're going to have plants, yams that are hybrid yams that are resistant to mold. Those are the seeds, and you know there are several varieties of yam. There are some yams that immediately you cut them, they turn red. So we're going to select a particular seed, a yam seed, to plant, and we tend to process, add value to not just. We're not going to export just the raw material. We're going to export the processed yam, and I want to let you know that there is no waste in the yam. We're going to produce yam sticks, just like the Irish potatoes that are usually processed and that you see in the malls. And then we're going to make yam powder and amala powder. We're going to process them into all those products. So there's virtually no waste. We're going to sell the raw material itself, and we're going to sell the processed yam too.
All right, so thank you very much.
Yes.
We have, okay, somebody has a question. Oh, suddenly there are two hands. Should I take you, should I not? I'm only going to take 2 out of the 3. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, are we expected to take all hands? Because of time, let's look at, there's someone at the back there. Yes, quickly. And I think we should ask all the questions first, because it's possible that we have the same questions.
Good morning. My name is Chidera Ikechukwu. So my question is, you talked about yams being expensive and making it available to all. So if you're planting just Nasarawa and Niger, like you mentioned, it's still going to be very much expensive when you transport to the south, like you mentioned. Okay. So have you thought of taking this around all regions? Then you can make it less expensive and very much affordable. For example, my company, we did 1 million tubers of yam last year, and we have done 3 million tubers of yam this year that we are harvesting currently. And we're able to do this by integrating real estate and agriculture. So have you thought of partnering with real estate companies around different regions? Because one of the problems with agriculture is access to land. So have you thought of partnering with real estate companies? We're a real estate company, but we do agro-real estate, sustainable agro-real estate. We do palm trees, but we intercrop yams. And with that, we're able to achieve 1 million tubers last year and 3 million tubers this year. We're also doing 1 million tubers in Funab. So we are doing this across 4, we're starting with the south, but my question is, are you looking to do this across different regions, then you can make it less expensive. For example, our yams are 1,000 naira for a tuber of yam in Lagos State.
Your question is getting too long, though.
Sorry about
The second person, 30 seconds. When you ask a question, go straight to the point. That's it. Then please take note of that and then answer it in 1 minute, okay?
Sorry,
Yes.
I just wanted to clarify. Did you say you're producing 10 million tubers
Yes.
of yam?
Yes.
And you're selling those? You're selling those yams?
Yes.
I have some difficulty with that. 10 million tubers.
Yes.
Even if you sell at 5,000, sir, is 50 billion naira. Do the math.
Yes, sir.
So if you're getting 50 billion from yourself, why would you be looking for 100 million here? That doesn't add up. Thank you.
Good observation. Okay, so let me take the other two then. Let's take the question. Yeah, quickly, and then you can give the feedback. But that's a good observation. I hope you're taking notes.
Okay, yes.
Hold on, don't answer yet. But take notes, please. The last question there from that end.
I'm Mr. Bolaji by name from Lagos. My question is, there's enough yam in this country. The issue here is transporting the yams out of the farms. So if you need to plant 10 million yams, I bet you, if you go into the states where the yams comes out from, there's enough yam. I live around my 12 in Lagos, and I could tell you, loads of yam comes to Lagos daily. Trucks full of yams. But they don't sell all these yams. Why? The first issue is to access those yams is issue. Take them out of Lagos back to the cities is also an issue of transportation. So going to plant 10 million yams again, you just said there's enough yam in this country. Nigeria is the highest grower of yam than Ghana, but Ghana exports more. Why? Ghana gets more Ghanaians. Most of the yams in UK, in US, come from Ghana. I know that. Sure. Not Nigeria. So what I'm about to ask you is, are you looking to buying yams, stock yams, than planting yams again?
Okay, so over to you, just in a minute.
Okay, sir, your question about the 10 million, it's a projection. What we want to do by next year, 10 million yams. That is our projection. And for the second person that asked the question about the real estate, where the reason why we picked Niger and Nasarawa is because they are located within the middle belt, so it's easy to transport to whichever location we want to. And before the idea came, we had already acquired lands. We acquired about 1,000 hectares of land, so we could cultivate this yam. And also, sir, when we also have our target market is to export. Our target market is exporting. We want to export the yam because we know the availability of yam in Nigeria is high. But we
Okay, announcement. Just hold on 1 second. Breaking news. What we have to do, in as much as this is nice, we're falling behind on time again. Right? So you have to listen to the moderator and then keep the time. When you're told 3 minutes, we don't want to stop anyone. But if you keep on talking, this is what's going to happen. I know you were asked a question. I know it wasn't your fault. But that question, try and answer it in 60 seconds or say, let's talk outside. That's the way we want to roll, yeah? So thank you. So I give you another 60 seconds to wrap. No, wrap it up, but let that be going forward for everyone else. Thank you.
Okay. So, my dear investors, I believe you should invest with Jeremy Global Services. We know the terrains. We select safe lands for farmers. We know the terrain. We've worked in different locations, different states in Nigeria, where we know people, we know the areas. So
Let's put hands together for him.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And you can meet Emmanuel Udai, Jeremy Global Services, after this to have this conversation. The next Peach will be taken from Lola Adesomi, JO Foods Limited. Is she here? JO, yes. You have 3 minutes maximum to present. In fact, if you could do 2 minutes, the better for everyone. So let's going to clap for her till she gets here, so that she can hasten her steps. Now she's running. Keep clapping, please. You're welcome. Lovely cowgirl heart.
Thank you. Okay, can I just before my time starts to count?
It has started already.
Oh, please, beg your pardon. I need to do this. It's a due that I need to pay, even if I don't get to pitch, not exactly. But I need to do this. I want to give honor to the NDIS team. I mean, it's just amazing. I can't express enough how grateful I am for this opportunity. It's just been rewarding. And I know if thank yous can be monetized, you will be so rich in the only currency that has a surname. If you
Your
know,
time
you know.
starts now.
Okay, sorry. And also, I want to say thank you to Honorable Abike Dabiri Erwa. Such a honor to be in your space. I mean, yesterday when you took the tour and you came to my stand and you touched me, that was a feeling I would never forget. Thank you so much. Okay, moving on. All right, where is my pitch? My name is Lala, and I'm the CEO of JA Foods Limited. I'm here asking for 250 million naira for the production of English swallow in exchange for a 40% return on investment. Let's consider 2 case studies. Number 1, international airlines. I found there are up to 17 African airlines flying to 54 countries in West Africa. And as we know, swallow, commonly referred to as fufu, is a traditional staple food for Africans. And so you will expect airlines flying to and from West African countries to serve African swallow. But the question is, which swallow? Do they serve our Nigerian amala? What about the Ugandans on board? Or do they serve Ghanaian kenke? What about the non-Africans on board? And so this is the dilemma faced when you have each African country producing their own traditional swallow. Case study number 2, visitors and tourists. In 2023, Nigeria welcomed at least 1.2 million international visitors. In 2026, tourist arrivals are expected to reach 6.7 million. Now, this is the gap that English swallow has filled, a universal swallow to suit all palates. English swallow is a fiber-rich flour that is used to make flavored swallow, which can be eaten with any soup of your choice. It is light enough to be eaten at any time of the day. In addition, English swallow is also a versatile flour that can be used to bake, and I call that a money saver. So please kindly watch a short video of a visitor to one of the African countries.
It comes with different flavors. So it's not black. Well, this is it, because you've got the coconut and the banana. So
Yeah, there's ginger as well. I just don't have the package. Yeah, absolutely.
It's like the kenke that I had as well. This kind of fermented corn, and it can be a little bit too strong, that flavour. I mean, in Senegal, where I had my first jollof rice and muffin, that was fantastic.
Can you stop the video just
because you have the flavors?
Sorry, can you stop it just so the message it was just passing across was the blandness. So please, JU Foods has a startup company. It's projected to make in its first year a turnover, so I'm going to say this in pounds, 1.7 million pounds and a gross of 1.1 million pounds and a net of 589,000 pounds. I can boldly and proudly tell you that English swallow is trademarked in UK, Nigeria, and pending in USA. It is a new innovation and none like it in the world. Can I please end by saying jollof rice has a subtle battle about which country cooks it best. But the fact remains, and Google confirms, that a Senegalese was the inventor. And as you know, jollof rice is now worldwide. And so I strongly believe that with your partnership and distribution channels, we can create history and have it recorded that English swallow was invented by a Nigerian. So let's come on board and push English swallow to the world. And I thank you kindly. I will now take your questions.
Thank you very much. Let's put hands together for her. Any questions, please? If you have questions for the pitch, can I see your hands up? Quickly, let it be raised high enough so that we can. So I have one person here. The second, is there any other person? Any other person? So we have two questions. One, and who is the other person at the end? Yeah, the two questions. Let's go. Please don't ask lengthy questions. Go straight to the point.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Mrs. Ngozi Dike. I'm from the UK. My question is, I'm highly interested in your product, but what are the contents of this English swallow?
Okay, good question. So it's mainly, I would say, 50% of it is wheat-based, and together with the flavored flour. There's another ingredient that makes it unique. It's plant-based. It is not an ingredient that I can disclose on air. That's my secret recipe. But I'm more than welcome to let you know about it in private. But it's not a secret I can disclose to the public.
All right. I think you can also discuss that with her after
definitely.
this. The second question, yes.
Oh, thank you. My name is Tunde Balogun. My own is a comment and it's quite metaphorical. Why? Because I don't want to look about the products. I'm just looking about the systematic analysis you made about 17 airlines flying to 54 countries in the continent of Africa, mathematically and some other logistics. And why swallow comes into play? Because looking at comparative advantage, I look at aviation industry as an analysis. Why do you come to such an ideology in the first place?
Okay, if you listen to my pitch clearly, and also the video that unfortunately I had to cut short because of time, it was a gap that, I discovered. I'm sure you'll be aware that, yes, we have some non-Africans and, dare I say, our European friends, the whites, who eat swallow. But now, what I want to say is, how much of our swallow do they eat behind the camera? I mean, I've lived in UK for more than up to 25 years, and you hear of people ordering Chinese, they order Indian. But then when it comes to African, they don't. And the only food that we are known for is our jollof rice. And I begin to ask myself this question, is it just the jollof rice that we have? Of course we have the swallows, but has you heard what the gentleman said in that video? Most of our swallows actually take the taste of the root that it's made from. And so sometimes it's fermented and it's bland. And I can also dare say to you that would you actually eat your swallow without soup? The plain answer is no, because what happens is the swallows that we eat is actually, the taste of it is accompanied by the soup that it comes with. And so it was just the idea of producing a swallow that is flavorsome, that is tasteful, and you can have different flavors to choose from.
All right. Thank you, JF Foods Limited. I think one question I have for you is, what's the inspiration behind the name English? Because I don't think there's an E like the English.
Yeah,
so how did you get that?
It's a play on words, okay? So, I mean, it was just something I thought about. There wasn't any really inspiration behind it. Because I thought about the fact that English has, as a language is lingua franca. And, I was saying to someone yesterday, when you go to a foreign country that you've never been before, you don't know their language, the first thing that you say is English. And so people easily would relate to you based on that. So I thought, okay, make a name that is easily pronounceable and that everyone can relate to.
All right, thank you for telling me the story behind this. Let's put that together for Lola Desomi. In case we have any investors in the house that would like to take this conversation further with her.
There's a question.
Okay, where's the?
Yeah.
Please, subsequently, if you have a question, please raise your hand. because it's important for us to count. You know we are running behind schedule, and I want to be sure that we manage this session very well. So when we said you have a question, raise your hand initially so we can count you. Not that you raise your hands after we think we're done. Okay? So I'll pardon you for that, but I won't pardon any other person after you. Let's go.
Thank you for the pardon. My name is Uzwazo Ikelugbe. My question is on your financials.
Yes.
Your turnover, you said, is going to be 1.7,
Mm-hmm.
and the gross will be 1.1. That's
Yes.
64%. And you're going to do a net of 581. That's also 34%. That looks bogus. So for an investor, when you say you are going to do a gross of above 50%, we want to know
How come? Yes.
How come you can get up to that? So I know you may have explanation, but just to save time, I would suggest you look at that and let it be within a range between 40 at most 45 for gross. That way, it will appetize.
I mean, sorry to cut you, but for time's sake, I'll be respectful of that, and I can speak to you afterwards if you don't mind. But my evaluations, beg your pardon, are correct, and that's because Jayo Foods Company doesn't just produce English swallow; it produces other brands as well. For instance, for next month, I'm going to be delivering 5 tons of oven-baked plantain chips. Okay, and this is a proposed order that was, proposed to me by an airline company. So I have based the evaluation on the holistic company. So my valuations are top-notch. But I'm more than happy to discuss that with you afterwards. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Let's put our hands together for Lola Desomi, Jayo Foods Limited. Please don't forget that the networking continues after this. Everybody that pitches on this platform, after the sessions, maybe during break, please engage with them if you've picked some interest in their pitch. So the next pitch will be taken from Najim Abdurazak, Nova Africa Agro Allied Limited. Let's clap for him as he takes the stage. You have 3 minutes. Be as fast as you can.
Thank you so much. I am Abdurazak Najim from Nova Africa. It's a company incorporated in Niger State in Nigeria. I'm here to ask for 100 million naira in ethical investment structure for a duration of 3 years with a minimum projected return on investment of 20%. And the beauty about the investment structure is it doesn't have to be from a single investor. We can work with people with 20 or 10 million to put this up. So the media, please put up my slide at 5 seconds interval, and you stay on the ask page. Thank you so much. So the funds we are requesting for will be used for, 95% of it will be used for commodity purchase. Then the rest will be used for warehouse rentage and recruitment of our technical staff. So Mr. John of Axis can be sure that recruitment job is also coming under the investment we are seeking for. So over 26 million Nigerians faces acute malnutrition, and 70% of these farmers that are supposed to produce this food are in poverty because of low productivity, high transactional costs, lack of information, and lack of market access. So Nova Africa provides high-quality yielding seeds for these farmers, improving their productivity, and also create market access for their harvest. So this lifts these farmers out of poverty, which is in line with the government goals. Over the last 4 years, we've been able to generate over 6 billion naira in transactions. And our team is made up of experts with close to a century of experience. Our board is chaired by Professor Adeshola Ajayi, who is a captain in the industry with over 30 years experience. So we are projecting to hit a cumulative revenue of 30 billion in the next 5 years. Our business model remains aggregation of commodities and sales of seeds. And what makes us unique is because we are accessible, available, and we are affordable. So thank you for listening. You can reach us on 07068325574 or www.novaafrica.com or on our LinkedIn page at novaafrica.com. I'll be dropping my complimentary card with the media you can ask for Lydia in the media. I will drop my complimentary card, and I will be seated at the back, close to the door, between now and 12, before I leave for another engagement. So with that being said, I would love to take questions. Thank you.
All right, good use of time. I actually brought out my timer this time. And that speech was in 2 minutes.
Yeah, thank you.
So that's good. I want a comment from my interventionist before we give the audience the floor.
Good morning. I want to come up on this session. I think this session should be taken care of. I want to consider it as one of the best sessions in this whole investment summit.
Wow.
But it seems like from the first picture to the third picture, you guys are not coming up with those figures that we need to give it to the investors. Because food is very, very important. And everybody eats. And after this session, we all run to the back in order to take our tea break. The food we're eating on this table is coming from the farmers. From the farmers to people like you that is selling this product. I would like you to come up like Najim. Can you help us to give us, I'm going to start with you, to give us your figures by telling the investors how much are they going to invest in you and how much are they going to get as a return. Because this session is a very wide session that we have a lot of people sitting down here that they can really, really get into this session in order to invest in you guys. So because it seems like we are all rushing, we're all just saying it, it's like we're just saying something and rushing out of it. I consider this session as a very, very intense session so that these investors will get into us. Can you use this opportunity, because you use only like a minute, can you just explain a little bit of what you do and tell us how much are you offering to these investors and how much can they get in return and what is the timeline? This is an opportunity for you to do.
Okay. So thank you for the opportunity once again. We are here to raise 100 million in ethical investment structure for a duration of 3 years with a minimum projected return on investment of 20%.
So you're raising like 100 million with what?
100 million in ethical investment structure.
Okay.
For a duration of 3 years.
3 years.
With a minimum return on investment of 20%.
20% over 3 years.
No, per year.
Per year, okay, per
That's
annum.
60% for that.
Okay,
3 years,
60%
yeah.
over 3 years. Okay, let's turn to our audience. We have investors here. This seems a pitch that should interest some of us. So, can I see your hands up? You have questions? You want to ask further questions, interrogate the figures, and see the areas you can pitch in? Yes, please, can I see your hands up? Let's do this quickly. Hello? There should be questions from the floor. So we have one hand. Is there any other hand? Okay, let's take that one hand.
Hello. You mentioned you guys grow. Do you guys grow your seeds or you outsource your seeds?
Okay.
Okay, so that's the question. Yes.
Any other question?
Just answer that.
Okay. So we have a seed unit. We are licensed by NASC to produce our seeds. So we are also a licensed seed company. Yeah. Thank you.
Please come again with that. You produce your own seeds.
Yes, we are a licensed seed producing company, by NASC.
Okay, what's NASC?
That's a National Association of Seed Councils.
Seed Councils. Okay. All right, thank you for that. Any other question before we wrap this session up? Any other question? Okay, so we know that it will be available till what time?
Between now and 12.
Between
at the
now and
last
12.
row, yeah.
Okay, so if you need to talk to Najim, please, you can meet him towards the back of the
And I'll
wall.
also be dropping my complimentary card with the media.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Let's put our hands together for Najim. So the next speech will be taken from Pelumi Aribisala, Cattle Foods and Agro-Allied Global Concept Limited. Let's put our hands together for him as it comes. You have a maximum of 3 minutes, so do all you can, and please give it a good effort.
Okay. Thank you very much. Yes, media, you can play the slides.
Approach has really helped cattle foods to really grow.
We talk about the 5,000 BOP consumers that now have access to the product from cattle food, and a good number of these products were co-created to serve BOP consumers.
Now, because it is a biofortified product, it is more nutritious, it is more healthy, it has more value. You know, you can't compare it with products that are not biofortified because it doesn't have additional value of that vitamin A we are clamoring for.
We've been able to cross actually we've been able to cross all of the milestones because farmers are over 1,000 at the moment.
We have about 50% women inclusion in our process because women inclusion in business, in cattle foods, one thing that is very, very important to us. In fact, even during recruitment.
Cattle foods, we work with the 3 A's: availability, affordability, and accessibility of safe and nutritious food.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. My name is Pelumi Aribisala. I'm a co-founder and managing partner of Cattle Foods. I am here to ask for a mix of investment. I'm asking for 3 things. Number 1, I'm asking for a 25 million social support to support 70 smallholder farmers in rural area of Osun State, that is Ileogbo and Iwo, to produce vitamin A biofortified cassava. And this 25 million is going to be a revolving credit for these smallholder farmers. Number 2, we recently acquired 150 hectares of land for our NutriFarm initiative, and I'm seeking investment of a $500,000 or equivalent to support the development of this, with 35% of it cultivating 175 hectares. That's 280 million deployed to cultivate 175 hectares. And that is going to generate about 420 million naira. Recently also, for our special agro-processing zone, which is a NutriFarm city that we are building in Kwara State, about 2 weeks ago, we signed an agreement to access 4,445 hectares of land in Igbaja, Danlai Rese axis of Kwara State. And we want to develop that into an agro park, a farm city and resorts. And we have divided that into 2 phases. And for the first phase, we are looking at an investment of $3 million US or equivalent. And this investment, like I said, is a mix. It could come as debt or equity, and we are open to discuss that further. Why do we think we can do this? Please go back to the third slide. Third slide.
1 more minute.
Yes. So over the years, in the last 10 years, we have grown organically, and we have tested our business models, partnering with development partners to see that it can work. And we have been able to support smallholder farmers to increase their productivity from 6 tons per hectare of cassava to 18 tons per hectare, and our target is still 30 tons per hectare. That's a 300% increase for the smallholder farmers. We have also moved from 50 farmers that we had in 2019 to 1,800 smallholder farmers in our database, and our target is to have 7,000 smallholder farmers. Why is this very important to us? The recent data shows that 33%, that stunting rate in Nigeria has increased from 33% to 40% when Nigeria was trying to bring it down. We have also seen that if you Nigerians and friends in diaspora come to invest in us, your money will be doing good for the people. It will be creating jobs for smallholder farmers and putting foods on their table. It will improve access to nutritious food for people and base of the pyramid consumer especially. And finally, as one of the over 30 million SMEs in Nigeria, I call on you to invest in us, having a track record for over 10 years and staying in the business. You can just put my name on Google and search, and while you are sitting down there, Pelumi Aribisala comes up, and then you see what we have been doing. We've received several accolades and awards, and the recent one was the one that were given by the African Cassava Conference and PACI, where we were awarded as the company with the most innovative product in cassava. And that is the first cassava-based custard in Africa that was produced by Cattle Foods. I'm open to your questions. Thank you very much.
He said, Google my name. I like that. Okay, so questions. I expect questions for this, really, because it presented some really valuable information. So, questions, investors in the house? Okay, yes, there's one hand. Sir, there's one hand. There are two hands there. Okay, let's take them.
Good morning. Fantastic presentation.
Thank you.
Two questions I have for you. You have cultivated 100 and something hectares, and you have been able to move the tonnage from 6 tons to 18 tons per hectare, right?
Yes, we acquired 150 hectares recently.
Okay, have you cultivated that?
Yes, we are cultivating 40 hectares.
So you have not
We have
actually
40
harvested.
hectares that we have cultivated by ourselves.
Okay, so I really wanted to know what the impact of that increase in tonnage had done to your return on investment.
Okay.
Because if you have done 150 hectares and we have been able to increase from 6 tons to 18 tons, that's a high level of returns on investment that should increase your base. The second question I have for you, I'm very big on nutrition for Nigerians, which is healthy living. And I like that you have a cassava-based custard. What is the nutritional value and what's the addition to young children? For us that are raising children, the nutritional values to the children is very important. What nutritional values do you have in it so that we can have the value of the product more pronounced? Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Sheya Labi. I'm a geologist from Lagos. You mentioned Igbaja, to be precise, and from Kwara State, to be precise, if I live in the local government, and I've done some mining of marble in that axis of that after Igbaja. I don't know the vision of your company, but I'm of candid opinion if you can add maybe some other infrastructural facility to the agric you want to do in Igbaja, because I know if you can set up things like banking system, maybe good road networks, and some other infrastructural development, because it will add value to the host communities. I'm not being greedy, but the point is I want my local government to be developed. Thank you.
All right.
I like that. Okay, any other question before we take a response from our presenter? Any other question? Okay, one more question. Here. Mr. Boyde, you're welcome, sir. Yes, sir.
For that presentation. This question probably wrapped into a comment. I was actually contemplating asking it after all the pitches, but you mentioned something that leads into it. That's why it's coming up at this point. I just did a rough search. Walmart has about 408 stores in Canada. Costco has about 10 million subscribers in Canada. If we took cassava flakes, for example, a derivative of what you are producing, you have one.
Yeah.
It means that if you were to get an order from Costco, you need to supply 10 million, probably per month. And the question or comment I wanted to make was the vast opportunity for Nigerian exports when it comes to aggregation and production. And I'm wondering if part of your social aspiration, you were looking for social investment of 25 million. I don't know if you or a collective of all of you pitching in the agribusiness sector actually are considering or would consider setting up a structure, probably an advocacy, to think of one product that you can probably develop, and develop means in terms of quality, in terms of packaging, in terms of price, that you will offer to a Walmart, a Costco, a Sainsbury, in any of these countries. That way, you probably will be going, looking to partner with not only NIDCOM, but the National Export Promotion Agency to look at this big market that is already there. Nigerians are abundant in these countries that I have mentioned. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Your response?
Yeah, all right, thank you very much. Media, if you can project the third slide. To the first question, impact of moving from 6 tons to 18 tons. Research with IITA, we partner with IITA, and the researchers have said that cassava, the new improved varieties, has the capacity to produce up to 35 tons per hectare. On our fields, we have achieved 30 tons per hectare. But the average smallholder farmer in the rural areas, when they achieve 6 tons per hectare, they are extremely very happy. And that is because they don't have access to the kind of mechanization that we have. So one of the things that we provided for those farmers is some access to mechanization at subsidized rate, which is one of the things that the 25 million social support is going to be doing for the smallholder farmers. What impact has this given to us? It has helped our facility because we have an agreement with these smallholder farmers to buy off whatever they produce to process into these various products. So that has helped us to increase access to these raw materials. We have a 30-ton per day cassava factory, which we moved from 1 ton in 2019 to 30 ton right now. But that 30 tons per day, we are even currently operating at less than 20% of the installed capacity. So supporting these smallholder farmers help to increase access to the raw materials. With respect to the nutrition, we collaborated with Harvest Plus in IITA and other development partners to develop the cassava-based custard, which is the first of it in Africa, and we've registered that. It has vitamin A in it because in Nigeria today, 40% of our children below the age of 5 are vitamin A deficient. So it comes with an additional nutrient of vitamin A. And let me say that Cattle Food is the pioneer processor of biofortified foods in Nigeria, and we are still the leading processor of it today. In terms of infrastructure, you are not being greedy. Our dream is to see that every part of Nigeria is developed. So I'm happy that you are from that area, sir. And one of the things we want to do in that area, like I said, is an agro park, is an agro-processing development zone that we are building there. But this time it's not funded by AFDB, so it's non-state actor, which is why we are inviting you to join us to develop that place. And all this infrastructure that you talk about is going to be there. As a matter of fact, we are going to be doing the flag off of that 4,445 hectares by December 28. And we are going to be inviting NIDCOM and our people in the diaspora. There will also be opportunity to participate virtually. And finally, to the final question, yes, we have this. We produce for people in diaspora. There are people who export our products. We do contract manufacturing. Like I said, we are operating at about 20% of the installed capacity. So what we do is also to give our facility for other SMEs, MSMEs to come produce. So we produce package in your brand name for you, and our facility is NAFDAC certified. And I'll be available throughout today for discussions and collaborations. Thank you.
Come on, let's put us together. I think that's a very beautiful presentation. Cattle Foods, you are available for conversations. After this, please take advantage to see him. Thank you, and we'll be Googling your name. We will check you out online, since you asked us to do that. All right. So the next presentation is from Priscilla Canis Obi, Nature First. Priscilla Canis Obi, Nature First. Let's put us together as she comes forward. She's coming with a basket of goodies. I'm excited already.
That's how we do it.
Yeah, she looks really gorgeous for this one.
Hi, my name is Priscilla Kenisobi, and I'm the founder CEO of Nature First. Nature First is an agri-tech nutrition and wellness company located right here in Nigeria. According to the WHO, 1 out of 5 deaths globally is linked to unhealthy foods. Therefore, at Nature First, our mission is to help individuals and households nourish and heal naturally. We do this by sourcing quality agro-produce and converting these raw materials into nutrient-dense spices, natural supplements, plant-based oils, and foods. Our range of natural products include date powder, cold-pressed sesame oil, black seed oil, ginger powder, moringa powder, soursop leaf tea, and a lot more. These help our customers improve their health and well-being. All our products are completely natural, without additives, preservatives, chemicals, artificial flavors, enhancers, or food colorings. Through our work, we are helping to reduce food wastage. We're helping to improve the health and well-being of thousands of Africans. We're helping to reduce unemployment and poverty while promoting decent work and economic growth. We have a vibrant workforce, as 80% of our staff strength are women and youth between the ages of 20 and 40. As a company, we place a premium on regulatory compliance and doing things right. And so we have obtained the following certifications: NAFDAC, HACCP, US FDA, NEPC export license, SON MANCAP certification, just to mention but a few. Our goal is to foster responsible consumption through responsible production. We have mastered the art of food processing to ensure that nutrients, essential nutrients, are not lost through processing or preservation. And by so doing, we are helping to improve the well-being of households and individuals while reducing malnutrition. In 2022, Nature First was nominated at the National MSME Award for the Award of Excellence in Agriculture. And in 2024, Nature First was nominated as the most outstanding MSME of the year. We are resilient as a company, and this opportunity would further validate our work. Products are currently retailing in large retail stores across the country, like Sahad stores, H-Medics, and a lot more. With sustainability, we are exploring the agricultural value chain of processing, both for food and wellness products. And we are aligned with SDG goals 2, 3, 8, and 12. This opportunity that we seek will further validate our work, help us expand our production capacity, deepen our market penetration, help us export more of our products to different parts of the world, and also generate foreign exchange for our country, Nigeria.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, investors. I want to salute the NDIS team for this opportunity, and Her Excellency Honorable Abike Dabiri Erewa for putting up this amazing initiative together. My name is Priscilla Kenny-Sobi, and I'm the founder, CEO of Nature First. What we do at Nature First, we are a nutrition and wellness company. What we do is to get agricultural produce, locally sourced, of high quality, and we convert these raw materials into nutrient-dense spices, supplements, plant-based oils, and foods. With sustainability, we are exploring the agricultural value chain. Now, they say if you don't eat your food as medicine, you will take medicine for your food. Beyond the satisfaction that the food brings, we believe that African foods, African herbs, African spices contain vital micro and macronutrients that is supposed to not just fill us, but heal us. At Nature First, 80% of our workforce, as you could see in the video, are between the ages of 20 to 40. We have mastered the art of food processing. Our products are currently retailing across various retail stores in Nigeria. We are in H-Medics, we are in Sahad stores. Let me tell you the story of Fatima. Fatima is a 3-year-old here in Abuja. Her mother stumbled upon our social media page where we were talking about our black seed oil. Fatima was born with a condition called chronic bronchitis. She finds it very difficult to breathe, constantly coughing. But this particular product, she took it, we gave it to her mother, and it completely resolved that condition. So at Nature First, we are putting out these natural and dietary supplements. Our products are NAFDAC certified. Our facility is US FDA approved. And we are looking to expand the work. So we are making an ask of 200 million naira in exchange for 15% equity in the company. We were registered as a limited liability company in 2020, and over the couple of years, we've been able to do, we've been able to reach 5,950 customers. We've done 100 million in revenue, and we started with bootstrapping. We didn't have to go look for more. We started from the resources that I had. As a matter of fact, I started this business from my home with about 20,000 naira in 2018 December. And we've been able to grow up to this point, bootstrapping, plowing back revenue and company profits to grow up to this point. So what we are seeking is worthy investment, and we don't want people, we want people who would not just bring in the money, but who will bring in the network, who will bring in the access to the market, so that we can export more of our products and generate foreign exchange for our country, Nigeria. I'll be glad to take any questions that you may have at this point. Thank you so much for listening.
Nature first. All right. Questions? This is a very beautiful presentation as well.
Thank you.
Let's have some questions from the floor. Our investors, are you in the building? Yes, you are. I can see you. Let's ask questions. Let's interrogate this. Let's ask questions. Yes? Any hands up? Only my hand is up, actually. I want to see an. Okay, so Mr. Boyede, yes. Okay, another hand. So we have two. Mr. Boyede is on this side, and we have another gentleman at this end. So let's take the two questions. And then we'll ask the interventionists to also make a comment about this.
Very much, Titi. I am just wondering, you don't have to answer it. I'm wondering if our pitchers, you're looking for 500 million, you're looking for 100 million, you're looking for 50 million. What if there was not one single person who can take your subscription? Did any of you come here with maybe a private placement form or something that probably the crowd here could actually take if they keyed into your pitch and say, okay, I'm going to put in my 100,000 and stuff like that? It just came off my head. I thought I should ask.
Thank you very much.
Very good. And this applies to everybody too, every other person pitching. Okay, you want to respond to that? Yeah, if you want to, yeah.
Thank you so much for that very great contribution. Yes, we have mentioned the amount we're looking at, and if we have 2-3 investors that can pull in that resource, because what we want to do is to deepen our market penetration. Like we said, the products have high acceptability already and already selling. So we want to use that to expand our distribution and marketing network. We also want to use that for working capital, because the sector that we play in is the FMCG sector. You need to source your raw materials in bulk, produce, sell, so that you can have a good turnaround time to make profit. So if we have 2-3 investors who can pull in that sum, and we share also the equity in the company, I think we are willing to take up on that offer. Thank you.
The second question, and if we do have investors in the house, it's good. Are you investing? Is that why your hand is up? Or you have a question? It's a suggestion. Okay, there's someone. We'll come back to you. So I can see 2 more hands. There's someone there. There's the hands raised. If possible, let's take the 3, okay, together. Just saves time. Yes.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Ade Adedeji. Good morning, madam.
Good morning.
First of all, I want to appreciate you. You've tried from 20,000 to come to this extent. I dove my car.
Thank you.
In Nigeria, it's not that easy.
Thank you.
Well done. We suggest, yes, it's not easy to see the kind of fund you are looking for, but there are some international investors. You can look into that. And it's not compulsory, it has to be just separate one thing at the other out of all what you want to lay your hands on, then go after one at the other. And I'm quite sure you will get there.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for that comment. We have, okay, someone in the red cap. And then there's someone at the back that, okay, that hand right there. We'll take that as the last.
Okay, just a suggestion. In a gathering like this, it would be nice if you can have your investment teaser, 2 pages or 3 pages to share with people here so that people can go home with it and your contact is there. They'll reach out to you for investment.
Thank you for that.
Thank you so much.
So something you can take away, you can actually look at, then contact. I think that's a beautiful thing. And we're all listening. Everybody has pitched. This is for you. And I don't think it's too late. You can still bring it tomorrow.
Yeah. And
Okay.
I have my business cards here. I'll be willing
so-
to give it to as many that would like to get in touch after now.
Excellent.
Thank you.
The last person at the back there.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. You valued your company or the part of shares you're wanting to sell 15% for 200 million.
Yes.
Would you and other pitchers be able to tell us how you come up with this valuation when you're valuing your business?
So can you speak louder because I also can't hear you.
Sorry, I'm pretty sorry. I said, would you and other pitchers be able to? Can you hear me now? Is it better?
Yeah, just keep the microphone to your
Right. Would you and other pitchers be able to tell us how you come about this valuation for your company? Is it vetted by independent authorities, or you could come back and say you worth 1 billion, you want to sell 20% for whatever billion? How does an investor or potential investor know that what you're saying, you know what you're saying, or an independent body verifies that? Because we need to start with safe investing. Thank you.
Okay, for valuation, we are all investors, thankfully, and there are different methods for valuing a company. So our CFO we have all the documentation as regards the valuation. Our company is currently valued at 1.3 billion, and that's why we are asking for 200% in exchange for 15% equity in the company.
All right, thank you for that. Madam Linda, you want to say something on this?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, I want to appreciate you for coming up with a very good presentation.
Thank you so much.
Your presentation is done in a such way that you have something to show us on ground.
Thank you.
And I want to encourage our investors here. It shouldn't have to be only the money value of this. If you have another way of investing in these companies, not only her, if you can go back to the other previous pictures that came up on stage, even if you don't have the money to invest, you have maybe a special way of maybe advertising for the product of what they have, or even showing them another way. We can bring those services in order to help the growth of these companies. And I want to bring to your attention, Nature First, that your product seems to be registered with NAFDAC.
Yes, they are.
And I would like us to, if we are going to make this product not only to be consumed in Nigeria, it should be made known to the whole world. And going to by the world standard, we need to register it like internationally. Because one of the frustrations you're going to have is when you reach into another country like United States, they're going to begin to ask you what is the nutritional value and all the content that you do. So you need to look into that. You can even find somebody, not only an investor, somebody that is very good in something like that, like a research company that can help you, because your product is mostly bottled in form of like a tablet and like vitamins.
So they come in dropper bottles, like our black seed oil comes in dropper bottles. Cold pressed sesame oil comes in this jar. And then our dates powder comes in this eco-friendly packaging. We have nutrition facts already. Facility is US FDA approved. We also have a Global Food Safety HACCP certification. And one thing we are big on is regulatory compliance. So when we get into new markets, we are willing to get all of the certifications that are necessary to enter into that market. And that's why we're looking.
I want to ask the audience here, if somebody is specialized in another aspect of developing this business, when they mention the aspect of monetary aspects, there are some other aspects that can build this business to another level, whereby it can scale it to another level. So we're sitting down here, I know some of us have gone to school, some of us are exposed to another aspect of this. Develop these guys. I'm an example of building a business from a scratch to where it is. Nigerian product is worldwide recognized, but we cannot just jump into the international market. We have to follow the procedure of some of the, because there are some product that is being developed in Nigeria and can be consumed with no anybody asking you question on it. But when we scale to an international market, one of the brother talk about bringing the African product into Walmart, Costco. These are big corporations. And I'm telling you, from the very moment that you scale yourself with only one single product, let's say, when we talk about the swallow, when we talk about Gary, if we expose it to an international market, it can land on somebody's table, it can land in Walmart, it can land in Costco. And whereby having only one single product in one of these big corporations can expand the markets and it can expand the money into the pocket of the farmers in Nigeria. So I just want to bring it to our audience that all these people pitching on this product, the food product is a very good product that can scale internationally.
Yeah.
So let's give it into it. You don't have to think about their finances because we are paying more attention to the finances.
Yeah.
Bring your expertise so that we can go with this.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
So thank you.
Thank you
One
so
thing is
much.
don't be fixated on the money. There are other aspects of this business that we can support. And that's to the investor, potential investor sitting down here. So thank you so much.
Thank you so
I think
much.
I'm going to pick up the date powder. Please
Yes.
don't let anybody pick my
This is
own,
actually a complimentary copy for
please.
you and the interventionist.
Oh, can you imagine? I jumped ahead of myself. Thank you very much. So this should replace sugar. Let dates powder replace sugar. It's very important so that we also eat healthy. So thank you very much. We move to the next presentation. Professor John Osanwa, are you in the building? Professor John Osanwa, Virgin Organic Company Limited. Let's put our hands together for him as he comes. He's one of our vocal audience participants. Okay, Professor John, do this within 3 minutes. I believe you can.
I will try.
Let's go.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My name is Professor John Osanwa. I am a climate change and organic agriculture expert with about 25 years experience. The question I have for us, the reason I'm here, what if you could fight food insecurity, climate change, and import dependency in Nigeria? We are very dependent on imports. What if you could fight all those things and still make a very fantastic return on your investment? What if we could do that? And that was the question that led me to the project that I want to unveil to you today. Please, move on to the next slide. This one, I think they are projecting the long version. We had a shorter one of just 4 slides. But nevertheless, let me continue. What I'm seeing is the longer one. Can you go back to the beginning? I don't think this was the beginning of it. This is the beginning. Go to the next slide. Okay. Let me begin with the request. My pitch is a little bit different from what we've seen. Unlike some other folks, you can participate with as little as 1 million, or you can give us 100 million if you have all the money. But it's broken down so that everybody can participate. Essentially, we have 3 things we are requesting. The first one is we want everyone to go back to farming. We really, because of global dynamics, we want you to go back to agriculture. And there are a number of ways you can do that. The first one is if you have land already, we can help you. Everybody talks about sustainable agriculture, organic agriculture, climate smart agriculture. What does that actually mean in the real sense of farming? That's what we bring. If you have land, we can come to your land, teach you hands-on how to turn the land into a climate-smart, organic, integrated farm. We are doing it. You see the pictures. We're doing it live already. So that's the first thing. Whether it's privately owned or you're a cooperative, a cluster of women, a state, an association, if you have land, we want to help you to turn it into a climate-smart, organic agricultural space. That's one. The second thing we're doing is we're already farming right now. In Abia State, in Abuja here, we have farms, organic farms already. That's me, actually in the farm, doing the work. So we have farms already, and what we do is we plant all these wonderful things you see are things that we produce. We produce yam, we produce ginger, we produce cassava, okra, vegetables, and a host of pepper, tomatoes. So we want you, if you cannot farm by yourself, you don't have land, you can invest with us and put in money, as little as $1 million. The ROI per year is a 12-month cycle. Per year is 30% ROI. And as many pitchers have said here, with agriculture, if you do it right, you can get more than 100% yield. ROI is very possible. However, because we're doing it the organic way, our focus is not just to get the maximum profit, it's also to protect the soil, to make sure we're doing sustainable agriculture.
More.
Good. Now, move on to the next slide. Our value proposition. We have 25 years experience of research, of training in this sector. By the way, I am a consultant to the United Nations on food security. You can also Google my name, as they've said, and you will see my seminal article on food security for the UN. It's on the UN website. They published it. I wrote it. I have been training for the NEPC, going all over, training farmers on climate-smart agriculture. We have trained some states. We have trained some cooperatives. But most importantly, we actually have farms. We're doing it every single day. I move by leadership myself. Move on to the next one. We buy agricultural insurance. You see, flooding has been a big menace now in Nigeria. The reason this is important, and this is what I want to end, food security, Nigeria is not doing well on food security. Our population is 230 million now. It's going to grow to 400 million. It's going to double in 25 years. Food insecurity, right now we are ranked 113 out of 117. We are ranked 103 when it comes to hunger, out of 120-something. So we are not doing so well. We need to go back to farming, but we need to do it right. We need to do it in a way that maximizes output. On our farms, where you used to plant 500 yams, we can do 2,000 because we're doing it in sacks, intercropping, putting vegetables, maximizing our manure usage.
Start wrapping up.
Move on to the next slide.
There's still a next slide.
The back one. I'm sure there are slides. We have 12.
I think you've made your points, though. So let's wrap up.
Okay. So my pitch to you is that we all need to get back to farming. It is essential. The food you produce will be organic food. It's something you can eat, you can trust. You can make a lot of money. We were talking about yam. You can plant yam from planting to harvest 1,000 naira, and you sell for 5,000. It's possible. We're doing it. Put back the picture where I'm on the farm. I just want to end with that. Projection.
He's done.
I think we're done. You've made the point, actually. So let's have the audience interrogate you. Let them ask you questions.
Okay.
Yes, audience, Maybe the party has not covered him. I want to ask a question on that. Yes, can I see hands up? Right, we have a hand there. Keep your hands up still so that.
And here is the guide for the question.
Then there's another one. How many people? Let me see your hands. 4. Okay, so we have how many right now? 4. 1, 2, 3. 4. Where's the 4th person? Okay, 4. Okay, let's do this. Okay, oh wow, there's 6 people. So could we take all the questions? Is it possible? We'll take all the questions. Can you note?
Let's do that.
Oh, we take 2. We take two. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's take 2 from this side. Where are the 2? This 2, please. Okay, this 2 from this side, quickly, sir.
Titi, let's help here. So all the questions, you have to ask your question in less than 30 seconds. Then hopefully our professor will write down all the questions, and then he will answer all the questions all together in 4 minutes.
So we're taking them 2 at a time.
So do you have a pen?
I'm an old man now, so.
Okay,
no, Prof, if you have a pen and a paper.
Let's help our professor.
I didn't come with a pen.
So
let's
we can give you that. I think, can someone give him a pen and a paper? It's quite efficient if we could ask all the questions, really. You take notes and then answer them. I'm using my own pen.
Pen, paper, anyone to help? Pen, paper.
Okay, thank you.
Someone's coming. Thank you, lady.
Like 2 ladies want to give a pen and a paper, Prof.
Okay. Helpful ladies.
Very good. They are farmers like me.
So we have the 6. We're not taking beyond the 6. So let me see the hands up again. We have 3 on this side. 4, 5, 6. Yes, you know yourselves. Have you noted them? Yes. Okay. So let's take out questions. Less than 30 seconds, please.
Less than good. That's it.
All right. Thank you. I represent AgroAllied CSP Nigeria Limited in partnership with the presidency, and I'm anchoring the Northern Zonal Coordinator for the mining chapter of the same cooperative, which is both for agriculture and mining. But I'm the one in charge of mining.
That's 10 seconds already.
Okay. What I want to suggest to you is that you should collaborate with the Ministry of Agri and the cooperative chapter so that you can synergize with them and they will take you to the next level. And also, I'm aware, I think either Minister of Livestock or something like livestock have been established. You can collaborate with them. Thank you.
So that's a good comment. We take that as a comment. It's not a question. Move next. And please, you can meet him after to take that further.
All right. Thank you very much for this opportunity. And well done, Prof, for the amazing work. I know organic farming is quite hectic. So my question, how do you balance the rigors of organic farming and the yield in your agricultural enterprise? So because organic farming also has to do with a lot of practice that we don't look at increased yield. So my second question, how effective...
15 seconds.
How effective is your agricultural insurance scheme? Kindly share success stories if you have any.
Thank you. Next person, the third.
My name is Martin Sonapoma. Prof, I think we are together in this. Make Ugo Farm is a great thing to do. So work together as a team on climate smart agriculture.
Thank you.
So after this conference, we are going to meet.
Please locate him. So that's not a question. He's offering you something right there. So let's meet after. The other 3 on this side. Yes, your hands up. The 3 people. Okay, you have the microphone.
Yes, my name is Kodri Adu Kende. I'm the head of culture and tourism for ACAT, Afro-Caribbean Chamber of Culture and Tourism. Yes, Prof, I just want you to, if you have any means that young Africans, maybe Nigerians, can access funding, those who want to go into agriculture, because it's very easy to propound it. Let people go into agriculture. But if there's any
That's
means,
31 seconds.
Thank you. Thank you.
So it's about funding. Okay, the next one. Yes.
Thank you, everybody, once again. Good morning. My name is Ideji. I'm from Lagos State, and people who are very familiar with Lagos State will know that we don't have any farming input than sea and ocean. But by the special grace of God, with the support of that gentleman on the
15
stage,
seconds.
I am a farmer now. So I want to encourage women, let's go into farming. There's a lot there. And he is not just a Nigerian climate person, it's all over the world. Please follow him.
All right.
Let's go.
So we have someone endorsing Prof right there. Thank you. The last person wearing the red hat. Oh, okay, there are 2 of you. Let the red man, let the red cap man speak.
Thank you. And I want to thank NDIS. I'm a moderator for the mining and energy session. Prof, if you're interested in carbon capture at point sources, ecotourism, and also green energy from agro-based infrastructure, let's talk. We're interested in working with you.
Thank you for that. Last person.
Thank you very much, Dr. Bokra Aminu from Northeast Development Commission.
And welcome.
My question is, I want Prof to make some clarification looking at the Nigeria, 70% we are farmers, according to literature, while in US are all just 2%, but they compete themselves
15
and
seconds.
export.
Sorry, 70% of what?
Nigerians are farmers, according to literature, while US is 2%. They compete themselves and export. So are we looking for everybody to be a farmer, or we need to strengthen the system on the other angle? That's my question.
Okay, sir, let's go. You have about 3 questions or 4, actually, out of all. Somewhere, just comments.
Okay, I can start?
Yes, please, your time starts.
Prof, God help you, 4 minutes. I'm
Very
timing
well.
you.
In terms of collaboration with the Ministry of Agri, as I said, I am a consultant for a lot of the agencies, Raw Materials Research Council, we were just there. We are collaborating, NEPC. It's just something that has happened. I tend to work more with the agencies and departments and institutions than the overall ministry itself, except when it comes to the environment sector, and I'll speak to that in a moment. So we're trying to do that. I'm a consultant to AFAN, All Farmers Association, Cassava Growers Association, Timber Association. So through all those linkages, we work with the ministry. We'll just deepen the direct contact. Yes, organic agriculture can limit you in terms of yield because there are things you cannot do. You can't just pour chemical fertilizers and inputs. You have to be very meticulous with what you do. However, there are ways we improve yield. The first thing I just pointed out when I was making my pitch, by moving to sack farming, you achieve at least 10 benefits. Even this flooding and climate perils, if you're planting in sacks, it buffers you against flooding. Then you have less weeding to do, that's labor cost. Your fertilizer input is focused, so you achieve greater yield. Then in terms of space maximization, we are finding that where you used to plant 500 tubers of yam, we're doing 2,000 because they're in stacks of sacks. So that's something we have perfected now. Even on staking, where you used to go and cut trees and stake one by one, now you can use one bamboo and stake 10 and use rope because they're in sacks. So it's an amazing innovation. So we are getting more yield, then we can intercrop.
You have 2 minutes left.
No problem, but this is important. On the, we can intercrop. The intercropping is about yield. There's no fear that if you go organic, you reduce yield because you can intercrop. Even on the sack, you can put a vegetable on top as you're waiting for the yam to come up. Another issue that was discussed, how effective is agric insurance? NAIC, Nigerian Agric Insurance Corporation, they are issuing insurance to farmers. There are other private companies. Leadway is a good insurance company for farmers. You follow the process, you pay the premium, then you wait. We are lucky we haven't had to contend with losses. Again, because we're practicing climate-smart agriculture, so we buffer ourselves before the onslaught of activities. Access to funding, that's part of the reason I'm here. It's still a challenge. Sometimes the institutional funding mechanisms take longer than
1
the
minute
planting
left.
season. Good. So access to funding is still a challenge. That's why crowdfunding mechanisms like this one are good, where people can come in bands together and achieve a result. We have just acquired 50 hectares in Abuja, in Gwagwalada, 50 hectares, and we want to plant ginger, yam, maize, things that will do very, very well within a short 6-month period. And that's why we're looking for more investment. We're already doing 5 hectares with our own funds now in Abia State and here. 70% of farmers, we are not doing the right stuff. 7 P's of agriculture, we are not doing them right. 7 P's is preparation to plant. What are you planting? When? The planting time matters. We are not using the right processes. We're using hose.
15 seconds.
Instead of machines. Packaging. Processing. We're not processing. Farmer only gets 17 naira for every 100 naira of the product.
8,
Farmer only gets 17. So
7.
I have 200
6,
cards. 200
5,
cards right there. Come and take one.
4.
We can talk. Thank
3.
you. I'm done.
Sam, thank you so much. I think I will preserve you there as the timekeeper. It works perfectly. This just works for us. So thank you, Prof.
Yes.
This is a good place to take your seat. Can we put hands together for Prof?
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Please, if you need to have conversations with this man, because he's come with so much value, truly. There's so many areas we can tap into. He's here today and tomorrow. Find time to have the conversations with him. The next pitch-in is from Taufik Ahmed of Feed the West Agro-Allied. Feed the West Agro-Allied, Taufik Ahmed. Please, Taufik, we're running against, it's a race against time right now. We still have 6 speeches. As much as you can, keep your 3 minutes. And then, yes, we take the question and answers.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Taufik Ahmed. I'm CEO of Feed the West. We're going to be seeking an investment of 1.7 billion naira, which will be used to expand our operation and acquire equipment.
1.7, you said?
Yes, 1.7.
Okay, million naira or dollars?
Billion naira.
Billion, oh.
Yes.
I wasn't sure I heard well. Okay.
Yes. Feed the West as Agro-Allied is a company that's into vegetables, seed production, and greenhouses. So we are seeking the 1.7 billion naira to expand our production. We are looking at buying tractors, drones, and acquire more land. So our current challenge has been because with the 7.5 billion naira, we're going to be able to reduce our cost of production by 70%. Now, last year, we were able to do a total acreage of 250 hectares of seed production. We were able to make a turnover of about 500 million naira. So now, we're doing about 500 hectares of maize, seed production. We're doing maize and soya. Yes, so our goal is to, sorry, this is my first time on stage, I'm a bit off.
Don't worry, just run.
Yes, so our goal is to help farmers with the right available seeds, because majorly most of the farmers have issues with good seeds and the availability. So we are solving that problem. We have been in partner with other companies which are into which we produce for them and sell to the market. So we are in contracts with 2 or 3 companies. So that's why we need more money to be able to expand to about 10,000 hectares to produce more maize and soya. Thank you.
All right, let's put hands together for him. He actually confessed that he's a bit scattered, but that's okay. Yes. You want 1.7 billion as investment to cover what and what? What's that targeted at?
Okay, so
it's not very clear. Yes.
So right now, what is taking the bulk of our money is the cost of tractorization.
Okay.
So now, with the 250 hectares that we did, we run about almost 100 million naira in cost of operation for tractorization, because we do like we do about 7 different operations: land plowing, harrowing, boom spraying, planting, fertilizer application, then harvesting. So if you're able to get the money, we're going to be able to buy the tractors, the booms, the drones, boom sprayer, which will reduce our cost by 70%. With that, we'll be able to expand and do more.
Okay, can we have questions quickly from the floor? So I don't take over this questioning. Any questions from the floor? Okay, in the absence of, I still have one. Okay, so we have 2. Yeah, good. We have 2 questions. Let's go to this quickly. Yes.
Good morning, everybody. So my name is Dr. Brooks. I'm from America, and I grew up in the state of Minnesota, where Cargill, General Mills, Land O'Lakes, all of those companies are Minnesota companies.
Yeah.
So I understand how to take a small-scale farming operation and turn it into a very large-scale farming operation. I thought the question that was asked about, do we want to have a bunch of small farmers versus like a large industrial farming operation? I thought that was a really interesting question.
Yeah.
I'm specifically wondering from you what the purpose of drones is in your operation, because I've been around a lot of farming operations. I'm not as familiar with this sector in Nigeria, and if you could just educate me very briefly on what drones are used for in the farming sector. Thank you.
Okay, so in terms of drones, so roughly, if you want to spray, let's say, in a day, a tractor would only cover about 8 hectares, depending on the type of tractor you're using. Will only cover 8 hectares in a day. While if you're using drones to spray, you're going to be covering 50 hectares in a day. And logically, they will charge you, if you're spraying an hectare, they will charge you about 40 to 50,000 naira per hectare to spray. While if you have a drone, it will cost you way less, and you cover more land space over a little bit of time.
I hope that answers your question. Okay.
Then also, we can also use that to, when you use the drones, so especially when you have a bit of insect issues, when it goes over them, you can detect areas where you lack, where you're not doing well, so you can go back to them and maybe apply fertilizers or spray them when you have insect issues and all that. So with that, it makes work much easier for you and faster.
All right, the next question.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I'm Dr. Moji Davids, MD Extra Large Farms. My brother, I just have a little advice for you.
I didn't get that.
I have a little advice for
Okay.
you. I'm a farmer of 17 years experience.
Yes.
Do not ever ask for investments to purchase equipment. You do not run small projects that are going to give you little returns with the capital investment. We all know what tractors are saying in the market. If you get investment to purchase a tractor or all those large equipment, you don't get the returns back in a short period of time. It's going to put you in problem. You don't need 1.7 million for now.
Billion, is that?
Billion, yeah. You don't need that for now. Cut it down to something reasonable. Keep renting. It pays more to rent now than to purchase. If you purchase, you need a long period of time to recoup that capital back. Just a one couple advice. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So let me buttress that fact. So let me set an example now.
Hello, hi.
Well, you don't
hello.
have to.
Don't.
No, I would like to let it be clear.
Hello, young man. Those are the words of wisdom.
Yes. You don't have
Thank
to.
you.
Just take the counsel. You could meet with her after, have that conversation.
Yes.
I think that it's important to have this conversation.
Yes.
She's been in this sector for 17 years, and she knows why she's saying that. Okay, so let's wrap this up. I think we've taken all the questions. There's one more question here, and that will be the last. Yes, one more question, and that will be the last.
Yeah, my name is Otumba Likmoiwela. I'm not really a farmer, but a business person with over 30 years experience. If there's anything I would like to suggest to those that are coming here to pitch for investors, is for them to do due diligence about their presentations. As a matter of fact, I was thinking of reaching out to the leadership of NITCOM to have a way of looking at the presentation slides and presentations. Because you see, there are some things you present here and it's not being looked at or being listened to locally alone. Some other investors are looking at it globally in the diaspora. And if you really want anyone to take you seriously or serious, it is the content of what you are presenting. It must reflect integrity. It must reflect due diligence. I won't say more than that for now. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Let's put our hands together for Taufik. Yes. I think we've come to the end of the session. Yes. Thank you so much. We've listened to the pitch. Please, you can have a conversation with Madame. Okay, so we want to call Timothy Oguniro, Team Zach Grains Up Limited. Timothy Oguniro, Team Zach Grains Up Limited. As you come up, just know you could come. You didn't have to go so far. There are routes here. Okay. So just come up. You have 3 minutes for your pitch, and then we take questions. Like I said earlier, we're on a race against time right now. Your time starts now.
Yes. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I stand on the existing protocol. My name is Ogunne Timothy. I'm the CEO and the founder of Team Zach Gains Up Limited. Team Zach Gains Up Limited is founded in 2018 and in Niger State. We are into agro processing, supply chain solution, and we also train farmers. We train farmers in agricultural produce, such as cassava, maize, and soya beans. And at the end of the harvest, we uptake from them, and we supply to giants in the industry. Our mission is very simple. We empower community of livestock farmers through sustainable agro processing, efficient supply solution, and transformative education in sustainable agricultural practice. We are seeking an investment of 100 million naira for an equity stake of 30%. Currently, our company valuation is 500 million in terms of asset valuation, in terms of cash valuation, in terms of market valuation, and in terms of intellectual property. This fund will be used to purchase an automated animal feed production line, and also to be used to purchase an oil extraction machine that we use to extract soya oil, and at the end of the day, the shaft will be used to produce animal feed. So, as of 2023, our
1 more minute.
Yes, our revenue is 126 million, with gross profit of 46 million and net profit of 11,500,000. Next slide, please. We are major supplier with Olam Grains. Currently, we have a supply, an APO agreement with Flour Mill of Nigeria, with Olam Grains to supply at least 100 metric tons, which is about 3 trucks per week, which we are currently on. As I speak to you right now, we have about 1 truck of our goods in Olam and Flour Mill. And these are some of the, and we are also one of the major suppliers of hybrid feed and new uptake. So I want you to join us as we revolutionize the agri-business sector in Nigeria and be part of Team Zach journey in transforming our cultural landscape, by empowering community of farmers and promoting sustainability. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Team Zach. Thank you very much. So can we have questions from the floor? Our investors in the building want to get more information about this? This is the time to ask questions. And see, he's pitching for 100 million. Am I correct? 100 million naira for equity stake of 20%.
20%, yes.
Okay. And your company was valuated at 500 million. Okay. So do we have questions for Team Zach, please? Yes. We need 1 or 2 hands from the floor. You have something to say, intervention?
Yeah, I can say something here.
Okay.
Looking at the going from, okay. Like And I was saying the issue of the audience helping with advice towards the teachers. I like the advice that came from our sister here, that she has an experience of being in this industry. So the word of advice, when it comes to us, it helps all of us in this audience. We are not going to stand here to argue it out. And that's why when somebody has an advice, you can say it. You don't have to be an investor. You can be a floor member here and you can help these farmers, you can help these people pitching here in order to encourage them. Some of them, we don't have to always invest in an already established businesses. The little ones that are coming up, we can encourage them to continue with this. Because if I go back to Mr. John Osoinwa with the Virgin Organic, he is literally talking about the smaller to the greater investment. And when somebody stood up to talk about Nigeria has 70% of farmers, do you want to convert us into farming? If you say Nigeria has 70% of farmers and US has 2% and US is doing better, that shows this 70% is just a figure. That shows all these individual farmers should be encouraged. We will have a 70% of farmers, but not really, really strong farmers on ground. So I want us to encourage these people pitching here in order to encourage them to talk to them. You don't have to invest. Tell them something that can encourage them to continue with this process. Thank you so much.
Right. So it's coming back to us again. So does anybody have any advice for Team Zach? I really want someone from the floor to speak. Yes. Any question, any advice? Okay. Let's put our hands together for Team Zach.
Thank you.
And well done for the work that you do. Please, I think he's available if you want to have conversations with him. Are you here today for the rest of today? Yes. And tomorrow? Yes, please. He's around so you can grab his attention, ask more questions if you must. Thank you very much for that presentation. Let's put our hands together for him, please. So the next presentation is from John Tillery Ajim. John, I sense that we are tired, right? Am I right? Yeah, I know so. So we'll run the rest. So sorry, sometimes when you have the last set of pictures, we might be rushing you a bit, but let's do this. So John, are you around? John Tillery? Okay, so you run this quickly, 3 minutes. We take 1 or 2 questions, we run the session, and then we move to the next person. Dr. Thomas should get ready after this.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
My name is Tillery John Ajim. I am the founder and CEO of John Larry Global Limited. I am from Ebonyi State. John Larry Global Limited is a registered company here in Nigeria. We basically buy and sell agricultural produce. We buy from the farmers and sell to the processing factories. But right now, we want to venture into farming of rice and processing. And that is why we are here, seeking for 300 million naira in exchange of 30% equity in our company.
So how many millions? I didn't hear that.
300 million.
300 million for an exchange of 30%.
Oh, that's good.
Equity.
There is serious hunger in Nigeria currently. And this is because of shortage in farming. And that is why we are here, seeking for investment, so that we can go back to farming. According to research, about 3.7 million tons of rice is produced in Nigeria every year, while over 6.4 million tons is demanded annually in Nigeria. And this is happening in a country where population and per capita consumption of rice is constantly increasing. So if this challenge is not commiserated with, there will be greater threat to food security and availability in Nigeria. And that is why we are here, trying to come into play, to work hard and see how we can, increase.
So what do you want? I need you to get straight to the point now. Yes. And don't tell too much stories. Get straight to the point. You've laid the foundation. So what do you want from
This money, we are going to use it to acquire more land, train more workers and, farmers, and obtain other things that we are going to use in farming. Thank you.
Okay, let's put hands together for him. We could see that this is a business of rice. And he has established that the demand for rice is far lower than the supply. We also can testify to that.
The demand is far more than...
Far more than the supply. And because of that, there's even a cost. Now, rice is about 100 and something for 50 kg bag. So we're all paying that price, actually. And Nigeria, every state in Nigeria can actually produce rice. I hope you know that. And rice is a staple. So this is, when you're talking about commodities of food products in Nigeria, rice is one major area that if there are investors, it's a great place to invest. But we also need to know how you want your investors to know what the return is for them and all that. So if you have questions, let's go there. And of course, like Madam Linda has said also, there may be other areas you want to pitch in to let him know, okay, we could assist you in this area. You talk about shortage. Yes, I know there's a lot of insecurity as well. So these are issues in the agri sector. But let's open the floor. Do we have questions? One or two. You want to interrogate this speech further so that I can get more useful information that can make you take a decision about this speech. Yes? One or two people on the floor. Hello? Can we have your hands? Any question? Looks like people are tired though. I really think so. Any question? Are you still around for the rest of?
Yes.
Okay. So you're asking is 100 million. And what is the 100 million for? Just, okay, somebody's hand is there. But what's the 100 million? What is it for? Let me just know again. Let the audience know. This asking.
Actually, we have 20 hectares of land,
Okay.
and it's not enough to what we are hoping to,
So you want to expand, you want to get more land?
Yes.
Are you getting more inputs? What other things is this for?
Yes, we will train more workers and
Okay.
employ more workers.
Right.
And we'll also buy improved rice seedlings and fertilizers.
Okay, so that is what this is for. Someone has a question.
Okay, thank you for your pitch. My name is Omonigo Otanocha, Delta State. Taking a cue for Professor Osonwa, would you entertain investment in land? I know of farmers in Delta, they have issues with processing of rice. They already have large expanse of land, over 200 acres. Would you want to partner with that? Thank you.
There's no problem, sir. All
right, excellent. Excellent. So please follow up with him. Have a conversation right after this. Oh, now we have two hands. Madam Marie has a question. Where's the microphone? And then we have one other person in front here.
So mine is actually a comment, and it has to do with, like, I listened to a number of people talk about their goal being to export to international markets. And I think somebody mentioned Walmart, Costco. I just wanted to give a little insight into that because I worked as a director with Walmart for several years, and I'm very, very familiar with the sourcing process. I think we should start from knowing our data, like the interventionist and the moderator has, like they've been saying all morning. And then the other thing is, capacity building is a big deal. And I'm not hearing people talk about that. Even if you have the volume, then quality assurance. For example, my sister and I, through the years, have been looking for, people come to us, they want commodities from Nigeria. And then we start looking for qualities. They don't pass the checks. So I think that the more we just build our processes right, let's spend time to get all the quality checks in place, as well as build capacity. Then before we start, let us start by exporting to sell to the likes of our sister, the interventionist, the African markets, the African stores, the farmers market. And then we can take those baby steps, perfect the pathway before we start talking about Costco's and Walmart, and I think I heard that earlier, and I just felt I needed to say something about that because it's not really as simple or as easy as we think. Thank you.
All right, thank you for that comment. We have 2 hands here. We take the 2 comments together, and if you have any comments on, or any response, if there are questions, then we do that. I hope Dr. Thomas is around.
Yes.
So get ready.
Thank you. My name is Mr. Kennedy.
30 seconds, please.
You know, I've just been wondering, when we're talking about investment, and most of the pitchers, they are always saying we want an investment of, say, 100 million or 200 million. I don't know. Have you tried any bank, you know, to look for money to expand your business? Because it doesn't have to come through, you know, investors putting their money. Banks have some schemes, agricultural schemes, that they fund, you know, agricultural activities. And, you know, with a good proposal and a package, you go to some of our banks, you'll be able to struck something. So I don't know. Have you tried any bank? And what is your experience?
Thank you. Yes, Ajia. And that'll be the last question.
Thank you so much. My name is Samina Suzuki. Maybe to answer your question, I think this is directed at the investors from diaspora. I'm sure they are familiar with the banks and everything, and maybe it's another different summit for the banks. But I think this one is particularly directed at looking for investors in diaspora. I just wanted to add to what my sister Marie said about the quality control and the
quality assurance
and capacity building. It's very important because when farmers, from a point of view of somebody, an investor from the diaspora, quality is very important. When farmers here dish out products and people consume and buy them anyhow because, probably because of the lifestyle, it's not doing you guys good because it doesn't give you the challenge and the competition to actually, reach for a better quality and a global standard quality. So you should not be encouraged by that and maybe try to push yourselves to reach a worldwide standard. You farmers, I saw a lot of potential pitches today, and I know that we have a lot of products, but even abroad, it's more like just within the community of the African community, because when foreigners look at the quality and the standard, they're still a little bit skeptical about the control, So yeah, I think that is a very important point.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
I really want us to wrap up this session so that we can run with the rest. There's one thing I've seen as an outcome, and that's the outcome from the man with the red cap, is it?
Yes.
Yes, and I want you to pursue that at least. That gives you some leverage in terms of land, because part of what you were asking for was land, if I'm correct, right? So let's put hands together for...
We have somebody online, Tunji Kalejaye, but
before
Tunji Kalejaye comes on, just to answer the question about banks that you did mention, you find that, and this is why the NDIS environment actually also came about, the access to banks is really very tough for a lot of agricultural entrepreneurs like this. You find that a lot of them don't actually get listened to by the banks. I can say that for a fact because we've tried it in Kano, and you find that only if you know somebody that you can actually get through to those banks. That is, we have evidence of it, but just like Madam Suzuki said, maybe there's an opportunity to start another side of NDIS, maybe mini summit, to bring the banks in specifically to meet smaller entrepreneurs like we have in the room and the investors alike.
Right.
To be able to get them together. So we
That's
start to think
excellent
of that.
suggestion, actually.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. And thank you, John, for the presentation. You can take your seat. Let's put our hands together for John Tillery Ajim, John Larry Global Limited. Dr. Thomas George, are you here? Dr. Thomas? I can't see any Dr. Thomas George. Okay. So Lydia Bankutiku. Lydia Bankutiku, are you here? Are you here? All right. Let's move to... is she here? Where is she? Okay, who is online? Is that Dr. Thomas? Sorry, our online, our tech people, we need to be sure whose image is on the screen. Lydia Banku. Is Lydia in the room?
She's there. Come here. Someone is online.
Are you Lydia? Someone is online. Are you asking a question or your video is just up? Sorry, for those monitoring the Zoom, can you just help us with this because we don't know who is who right now?
Okay.
I think it's just a participant.
Yes.
Oh, he has a question. You have a question, sir?
Yes, I have a question.
Oh, please, fire on, please, very quickly. 30 seconds.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I am fully in support of the last speaker for what he just expressed about banking. I've been in banking for 40 plus years, but in risk management for 45. And the problem with our people in Nigeria is that the people in the bank that do not operate the way I felt while I was in Wise Man's Bank. But let me go back to my question. In risk management that I've been in for a long period of time, incidentally, when I'm here in Nigeria, I am talking for those in the diaspora. And when I'm in the diaspora, I'm particularly representing Nigeria, conversely. I realize that the diaspora may not want to invest in Nigeria due to the experience participants or investors, diaspora investors have in Nigeria. For example, people will invest their money.
Sir, what's your question?
Yeah.
And
hello,
the
sir.
residents
Your question,
or
please.
Indigenous will feel these people are the omugos. They can always go back and make another money. So let's exploit them. Is there any way we can make an ethical reorientation of our people so that things can get better the way we assume or we take for granted that the people who work and bring their money from the diaspora home are foolish or stupid? I'm a living example. That's number one. Number two.
Sir, no second question. We only have time for that question.
Back investors.
Answer that question, please. Thank you.
The question is not even for John. It's not for him. So, but it's a comment. And I think over the days, since yesterday, we've been talking about how NIDCOM is also setting up structures that would help to ensure that things are done ethically, members of the diaspora are not being swindled by anyone. So I know that NIDCOM is working on that. And even as a community as well, that want to really serve Nigerians in diaspora, we're working on that as well. So I know the fear he has, but efforts are ongoing as well to make sure that businesses that are being enacted or being done between Nigerians home and Nigerians in diaspora, there is openness, there's transparency, and the issues of corruption are limited as much as possible. So, sir, that's what I would say. It's not the answer, this man does not have the answer to the question. And it's also a call to us as well, to ensure that when we do business, we do it right. Okay, so let me move on to Lydia. Lydia, are you here? Lydia Bankutiku, she was climbing up the stage a few minutes ago. Lydia, AFA. She's come with a group of ladies. So Lydia, you have 3 minutes. Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
My name is Lydia Bankutuku, representing Association of Female Agripreneur, Alpha. The women behind me are Alpha women, and they are part of our story we want to share with you this afternoon. Alpha is a non-profit cooperative founded by 3 passionate women, even though one is late now, Dr. Badewa and Miss Marie. Alpha, over the years, is positioned to assist female agripreneurs cut across various states in Nigeria, but so far we are focusing on 4 states: Kogi State, Benue State, Nasarawa, and Abuja. We are here seeking and asking for 70 million naira to enable us upscale our ongoing project. We also intend to use a bit of that money to get farming equipment. Currently, we have 10 hectares of land in Kuje Area Council. We are in negotiation with them to lease. We're in negotiation with them to lease. Alpha has a passion to ensure that women, even the Gen Z youth, who have a desire to make a living, an honest living, can also consider agriculture. But we have a challenge, and that's why we are here today. Our challenge is we are unable to meet up with the increased number of women, and for last year, surprisingly, a lot of youths were willing to venture into agriculture. Basically, what Alpha does is we train women, we empower them. We empower them by giving them seedlings. We empower them also by giving them livestock. Currently, we have farms in Kogi State, in Ankpa, and we have another farm in Mbagwen in Benue State. The issue right now is we do not have enough seedlings. We do not have enough to give to these women for the next planting season. We are here to appeal that you could help us. You could help us by donation. You could help us by giving us livestock. For instance, are you aware that if you have 5 male goats and maybe 10 female goats, in another 1 year, those goats will multiply to almost 36. You ask, how are we able to sustain, or how will you get your money back, even though we're a non-cooperative organization? If you are willing to partner with us by giving us livestock, whatever number you give us, we'll be able to give you back after 2 years. We double the number you are giving us. But we have specific livestock that we are rearing. We have goats, we have chicken, we have turkey, and rams. Currently, for the next farming season, we are looking at beans because we specialize more on seasonal crops such as maize, millet, beans. For the beans, there's a species called the 40 days beans. It will amaze you to know that in one planting season, you can have these beans planted twice. And we're looking at not just that, we also want to have a food bank where we don't just give seedlings, we can also sell so we can sustain the organization. We discovered that during our training—
One more minute.
Thank you. We discovered that during our training, it is more expensive to hire farming equipment. So we are training our women, we are training our women to be able to drive our tractors in each, we call them cluster farming in each location. So we may not be able to, leasing is becoming expensive. Someone said that a while ago. So we are looking at even buying made in Nigeria farming equipment or tractor, or a second-handed one, we will not mind. We've checked, we can get some of this equipment less than 6 to 8 million naira. Also, I will allow one of our women to share her story before I round up. Thank you.
We should have rounded up. So, is it a 30-second story?
Yes, please.
Okay, let's hear them. Let's just allow you our women. Let's.
Good day, all.
Yeah.
So we all like the Ankwa Women Alpha. We are into production of seasonal one as millet, granules, and grain of bean. So though we are in short, as she have said, we are.
What she's trying to say, Ma and Sir, we have women who are willing to work. We have wives. We have single mothers. They are all females. They want to have dignity and do the job themselves. They just need our support. If you cannot give us money, we will appreciate giving us seedlings. We will appreciate you even donating farmland. If you have farmland in Kuje, we will appreciate it for this. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much.
We are open to answering your questions.
Perhaps this is someone's CSR. Who knows? So questions, you want to find out more? Yes, so there's a hand there. Who else wants to ask a question? There's a hand here, there's a hand here. We'll take the two. I hope we won't have more than that. Okay. So, yes, so both of them, yeah.
Hi, good morning. Good afternoon, sorry. I would like to get involved in your project, so can we meet after?
Oh, great.
Yes,
thank
ma'am,
you.
thank you.
Don't lose sight of her. What's your name, please? Yes.
My name is Dr. Barakat Silegage.
Okay, Dr. Barakat, thank you for that offer. Yes. Okay, so we have a third hand there.
All right, thank you very much. I'm very, very glad to see this. My name is Adenike Agbeji, and I'm the CEO of Rennie Golden Motor Ventures. I would be donating seedlings. I don't know if you plant granite.
Yes.
All right, so if you plant granite, I have been looking for this set of women all my life. So today, I am donating seedlings already. And for your next planting season, a tractor will come to one of your locations.
That's beautiful. We have a hand there. Okay, someone wants to say something? Mr. Boyede, do you still want to speak? Yes. So that was someone that raised his hand.
Thank you very much. This goes to what I said earlier. I don't know if you guys have like a subscription or support form. This is more like an NGO. This can actually attract support from inside there. I'm willing to support with an unnamed sum. I need a form.
Wow.
Thank you, sir. We do have that.
Please don't lose sight of everyone. I hope you are noting them, because once we go on break, you can quickly catch up. Yes, there's a hand here. Now we're having so many hands.
My name is Otumba.
30 seconds. Okay, I can see that edge. Let's do this quickly, sir.
Okay, I was saying that my name is Otumba Lekwewela. I'm the managing director of.
We are not hearing you very well. Maybe you could put the mic.
Okay. I said my name is Otumba Lekwewela. I'm the MD CEO of Ultimate Health HMO.
Yeah.
We are one of the sponsors of this program. I will be coming up shortly to talk about why we're here. But for this group of women, we would like to provide free healthcare coverage, health insurance coverage.
Oh my. Wow.
For some of them.
you.
For some of them.
Thank
so
you,
I would like
sir.
to interface with the leader.
Thank you.
Maybe after this outing.
Excellent, excellent. There's one more hand at the back there. Wow. I just want us to be done with this side. Okay.
I'm Dr. Babatunde Adeyemo. I'm the CEO of Pelican Valley Nigeria Limited.
Yes.
I need your attention. I want to ask if you have widows among the women.
Yes, yes, sir. We have widows and more of single mothers.
Oh, okay. I have a foundation named Okobo Foundation. It's to rekindle the hopes of the widows. So on behalf of my foundation, I'll be donating a stipend of 100,000 naira
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much,
sir. We appreciate it.
We have one hand there, Mrs. Adeshina. We are coming there, don't worry. This is getting more interesting, right?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
You mentioned land in Kuje. I'm by name Bukola Adeshina Akite. I have a land in Kuje that I can help you with, one. But I want to make a general comment on this platform of agric business. We've been stressing planting. Even our professor talked about organic. And I don't think there's, I've not heard anybody said anything about bees. Bees are actually there to help us
pollinate.
I don't know if you've heard that if bees are no more on this planet, in 4 years, the whole earth will be gone. I'm a beekeeper seasoned for over about 24 years.
Yes.
Yes.
Shine,
honey, our products
is
are all
the
over the supermarkets and what have you. Beekeeping is very, very, I want everybody that has at least maybe pitch in this agric business to look into how to kind of introduce beekeeping. It's so easy, but because of the vandalization and so many other factors, it's not thriving. UK8 came, and they came with an analysis that what we consume in Nigeria will produce barely less than 10%.
Thank you.
Thank you. So you're raising something that we should focus on. Now, more hands are not coming up, and we need to control this, really. But let's do this. 10 seconds. 10 seconds. If it's a comment, you want to contribute, donate, just say this is it. Can we do that? And the last time on that side before we come.
My name is Martins. I've earlier shared with the founders of the Alpha Women.
Okay.
In all Quebec Agri-Tech City Farm Estate, which I will be teaching them about, we'll be giving them 5 hectares.
5 hectares, beautiful.
So
Thank you.
Nasarawa State, Kokona local government, which we'll be sharing with you in my pitch time. You have 5 hectares already designed for you. With Nigerian Civil Defense will provide security to ensure that all your women are secured.
Wow.
Hunters to secured. Then Asamata Insurance Company, our partners, to provide HMO, will be paid by us in Quebec.
Oh, thank you. That's beautiful. One more hand there. One more hand at that edge, then we go there. I think I had one hand from this side. Quickly, let's make this snappy.
Thank you. My name is Reverend Adeshola Adeniwale Olakwade. I'm the CEO of Adelayo Farms.
Okay.
Enterprises. I will be supporting them with fund.
With what? Funding?
Yeah,
okay.
Sorry, with funding. That is 60 now. Because that is what we do for all our widows across the nation.
The nation.
So I will
Thank you.
So I'm going to liaise with them so they will give me their contact and I'll do it.
Thank you very much. Thank you. We've had a lot of promises, and we hope that these promises will be made true. Now let's go this way. I think I have 1 or 2 hands. Yes. So we're coming your way. Yes. You have a microphone. Okay. Good.
Yeah. Thank you. My name is Dr. Shehu. I'm the CEO of VG Energy.
Yes.
Actually, we're into oil and gas, but as part of our community support, we'll be giving 1 million naira to them.
Thank you. Please, can you name it again? 100 hectares? 1 million naira. I thought I had 1 million hectares. I'm like.
Hello, everybody, once again. My name is Ade Adedeji. I am the convener of 8 Visionary Multipurpose Cooperative. On behalf of my cooperative society, we will support you with seed.
Great. Thank you. The last man standing will be, oh my God, we have to, people are tired and hungry. The man with the red cap.
I can see Mrs. Badewe smiling. I had to make a call to get her commitment. Professor Husana, she's into animal husbandry and the animal trust in Abuja here.
Okay.
They currently have a huge project in Jigawa. She said I should connect you with them, support you with hybrid animals, and also making of your feed for the animals. Thank you.
Wow. Alpha, you have a lot of work to do. I hope you know that all these things coming to you requires you to scale up as well, build capacity. That's absolutely important. But this is good news. This is good. So, yes. The last two, please, so that we can have the final pitch.
Yeah,
and we can have a break.
My name is Ogunel Timothy. I'm the CEO, Team Zach Going Up. I'm supporting with fund. I'm supporting with the sum of 50,000 naira, and it's going to be continuous.
Thank you very much, Timothy. Thank you so much. I hope you're taking notes.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Temitope Adeyemi. I'm the MD CEO of Rich City Homes and Properties Limited, Lagos. Mrs. Lydia has been doing great, wonderful, and I want to be supporting them with a sum of 100,000 naira.
Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you so much. That's a seed you're sowing, and it will grow into something really big. Let's have our interventionist say.
Actually, this is really what I really want in this summit. I keep saying it's not all about investment and getting returned. Investment can come in investing something in a person. What we do with this speech really shows the kind of love that we have towards each other. For the next people coming on stage for the pitch, you don't have to invest in order for you to get some money from them. Give them advice and give them the little. As much as you're going to do after this, you meet them at the table and give them, and I know a lot of people are going to do more. Thank you so much.
So, wow, Alpha, I think this, for me, is the best speech for this session. Because there's so much commitment that's coming to it, and we can also understand he has a social aspect to it, corporate social responsibility, and of course that we're supporting women, and that's the beautiful thing. So let's put hands together for Alpha. For you to have even come to pitch and to get this much responses, I count you lucky today, trust me. So thank you very much, and please follow up with everyone that has made a commitment. We shouldn't lose anyone. You've had about over 10 or 12 commitments.
Thank you so much. We are grateful.
Yeah.
God bless you all.
Well done for the work.
Okay, hold on. Before you leave this way, we want you to go to the rapporteur table there. All the people that have made a commitment, go to the table there. The lady in blue that was crying, bring out pen and paper. Take your own copy. Be sure. Take your own copy so that you can connect right now, okay?
So
to the table. If you've supported, please go there so we can just close this deal now.
We have one more. Do we have Afiz Adubiaro here? Afiz is here. Okay, so you are the last speech for the day.
Hold on, Titi. Just before then, there's two things. Firstly, these are the next people coming out, just to get them ready.
Okay.
Okpeyemi Adeyonju, please come to the front row so that you're ready. Then Adenike Adekpeju, come to the front row so you're ready. And then Mr. Martin of Quebec Foods, come to the front row so you're ready. Before Titi speaks, I'm going to give the mic to Marie for a very, very important update.
We just want, on behalf of Dr. Bado and myself, we really want to say thank you for the response that we've gotten for AFA. AFA is truly a project born out of NDIS. When we first started, we didn't see the women in the room. And from all research, I focused on food and agriculture in my master's in law. I know that there were lots of women in the supply chain. So it was out of that need that my sister and I, and our late sister, Barrister Oluchi, may her soul rest in peace, we went out and we set up this organization that you just listened to. And it's really looking out to those women that cannot be reached. They're heads of households. Many of them are widowed, and many of them are single moms. So we were just so touched by the support. And this is really emotional for us. We want to say thank you to you all.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
May the Almighty bless every single one of you. Thank you.
Amen.
Titi?
Yes, so the next person. I thought Honorable Abike wanted to say something. So let's...
talking.
Why cash
Hafiz
crops?
around?
Why cash crops basically? Because the risk is very low. My name
Is
is
Hafiz
Hafiz
around?
Adubiarod.
Behind.
Okay. Oh, that's the video.
Honorable, why
Just
don't
hold
you
on.
back your brand?
Hold on. All right. So, Hafiz Adubiaro, are you in the building? Do this. Let's do this very quickly. You're welcome. Yes. 3 minutes. Adubiaro Farms.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Please, the media.
My name is Hafiz Adubiaro, the founder and CEO of Adubiaro Farms. Adubiaro Farms was founded in 2014, and among other things, we're into cash crop farm setting up and management. All right, so why cash crops? Why cash crops basically? Because the risk is very low, the revenue is predictable, and also the value of your investment is stable, and regardless of either the value of our naira fluctuates or not, and also it's easier to manage. All right, so this is one of the reasons why, because it's a cash crop, it's a forex commodity, like it is traded in the international market. So Nigeria is a net importer of palm oil. We import as much as about 30% of palm oil we consume. And in the last 9 months, January to September of 2023, our importation of palm oil has increased by 65.3%. My name is...
With over 200 acres of oil palm cultivated in 7 farm estates.
Hafiz Adubiaro.
All right. With over 200 acres of oil palm cultivated in 7 farm estates and over 60 happy clients who have farms with us, we introduce to you Palm Oasis Ibadan. And is located in a developing... Palm Oasis Ibadan is designed to help investors benefit from the awesomeness of both oil palm farming and real estate investment. It is located in a developing area in Ibadan, and it is designed to have a golf course, a resort, a ranch, residential area, among others. At the moment, Ibadan is actually a city you should invest in because values of properties are really, really increasing, with some areas experiencing as much as 400% appreciation in value in the last 2 years. And this is driven by the recently completed train station, the ongoing Circular Road project, among others. At the moment, Palm Oasis Ibadan is valued at 1.5 million naira per plot, and investors are expected to earn 10% per annum rental income in the first 3 years. By the 4th year, when the oil palm would have started fruiting, they're expected to earn between 15 and 30% per annum. And at full maturity of the oil palm, they're expecting about 50% per annum. Because during the NDIS and it's still at pre-launch, you can buy at 1 million naira per plot, and we have some awesome discounts which you can get on our website or when we get to talk about it. So you can actually get as much as 10 plots free, right? Part of the discounts. All right, so we have another package where you can own as much as 20 acres of oil palm or more and spread the payments over 24 months, right? Then we also render farm setting up and management service for those who want to set up and manage large oil palm or cash crop farms on their land. All right, thank you very much. I'll be available to take your questions. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Any questions for Adubiaro Farms? So you're selling real estate, you're selling oil palm plantation.
Yes, ma'am.
I wanted you to repeat something. You talked about investment in how many acres of oil palm and payment back in 24 months.
Yeah, so another package where that is not in Ibadan. Right?
Okay.
Yeah, so 20 acres minimum and above, then they spread the payment over 24 months.
Okay,
So
acres of
the
palm,
land,
oil palm, yeah.
the land clearing, seedlings, everything all together and the management, and they spread the payments over 24 months.
All right, and then you continue, it's your crop, right? You continue to harvest
Yes.
as every season. That sounds good.
Yeah.
So do we have questions? Do we have questions for Adubiaro Farms? Questions for Adubiaro Farms?
Someone is raising up.
Is there someone's hand? I can't see.
Yeah. at the
Okay,
back.
so there's someone at the back.
Yeah.
Where's our guy? Okay. Please, Okweyemi Adeyanju, please be on standby. You'll be the next to speak.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir.
With this land that you're selling, like the 20-acre ones and the other ones, do you have title for this piece of land that you'll be selling, that you're going to be passing on to prospective buyers?
Yeah. So the title at the moment is freehold, but we are registering the survey as soon as possible. And we're not stopping at that. We are also doing the CFO.
So you are assuring whoever wants to invest in that?
Yes,
So you
like I
have
stated
investments.
earlier, we have 7 farm estates.
Okay.
As we speak, we have registered at least 4 of them now. And we have over 60 people that have farms with us.
Okay,
Yeah.
60 people.
60, yeah.
Wow. Well done. That's interesting. Any other question before we wrap this up? Mr. Adubiaro is around today.
Yes.
Till
yeah.
the end of the day.
Yes.
And
yes.
tomorrow.
Yes. I am.
Okay. So please, you want to catch up with him to find out more about this, which are you interested in investing in this business? Meet him after this, and he's around till tomorrow. So thank you very much. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Lovely concept. Lovely. Thank you. Now the next person, Okweyemi Adeyanju, where are you? Okay. After Okweyemi will be Adenike. So Adenike, be on standby. You're welcome. Yes, please. Let's make this brief. Gary Jebu.
Yeah, good day, everyone. Yeah, my name is Okweyemi Adeyanju. I'm the CEO of Game Business Incubator Limited, a limited liability company in the agro sector. Yeah, we are here today to ask for $500,000 in exchange for a 15% share capital of our company. Yeah, what is Game Business Incubator into? We are into the agribusiness. Our mission is to build a community of wealthy and healthy individuals through agribusiness. And how are we doing this? We are currently at Obafemi Owode local government of Ogun State, where we have our farm estate. And individual can buy into this farm estate, own a parcel of this land. We don't just sell land to you, we also help you to create wealth through this by helping you to cultivate this land, manage it, and do profit sharing at the end of the farming season. So you own the farmland, the company help you to manage it, cultivate it, while you are making the profit. Then also we're into cultivation of cassava and maize. Our farm estate at Obafemi Owode local government is sitting on 300 acres of land at the moment, where we cultivate cassava and is at the center of poultry hub. Our maize is processed to dry maize, and we sell that to poultry farmers. And the cassava, we have a cassava processing plant, that's a gari processing plant, where we process our cassava to gari, package it, and sell in our food hub in Lagos State. We have a food hub in Lagos State where we sell our food item. We also empower other smallholder farmers to cultivate other crops for us, like ofada rice, the palm oil that we process and package, and other food items like that. Over the years, we've been able to achieve, in the last 3 years that we start operation, We have 300 acres of land right now that we are currently cultivating about 150 acres. We have our Gari processing factory within the same estate where we process cassava to Gari on an automated processing machine. Also, we have empowered over 10,000 farmers in the last 3 years through our regular weekly radio program, online and offline trainings, and we currently take from over 100 smallholder farmers within our community. Just last week, as I was saying, our company just acquired a tractor that can help us to work efficiently and effectively on our farmland. So as we say, we have given this money, we are going to expand on our farm estates the more, from 300 acres to 700 acres we are looking at, and also expand on our processing plants to help us increase our capacity to deliver, expand our food hub in Lagos State so that we can have more food to reach out to our people. And also, we are planning to mechanize our farm. Like I said earlier, we just acquired a tractor last week. We are looking at irrigating the farm so that we can plant all year round. These are some of the things we're going to do with this money. And at the moment, like I said earlier, we have the land at Obafemi Owode local government in Ogun State. We have the capacity, we have the market, we have the equipment and the resources to do the farming, and also we have the human capital and the experience to do that. So this is the right time that you can join a fast-growing agric company like ours that has been tested and trusted over the years. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you, and we have your management team right there. So we have any questions for Okoyemi? The farm is, what's the name of the farm again?
Game Business Incubator Limited. We call it GBI Farms.
GPI Farms, okay. So any questions for GPI Farms? Questions for GPI Farms? Yes, there's a hand right there.
Yeah, good morning. My name is Odufuwa Julius Oluseyi, one of the board of directors of FUA Agribusiness. I am more interested about the processing of the Gari because I have a factory in Ibadan and we have machines that I do there for processing of Gari from the scratch to the finish. And we discussed with someone, and the person, I don't think the person is serious because the person have not yet come around for like 2 years now. Listening to you now, I feel if we give you the machine to process your Gari or your from your cassava stage to the Gari stage, and we give you generator also, what would be our benefit? Well, what returns will you give us back so that I can go back to my directors and discuss with them also?
Okay, thank you very much. Like I said earlier, that we have something like that too, and we are planning to expand on our capacity. So bringing your own equipment in will help us to improve on our capacity because currently we have 50 acres of land planted with cassava only, and we also still offtake from other smallholder farmers to help them to process to Gari. So we can talk about this
I was going to
so
say,
that
maybe
we can
just
look
meet
into
after,
what we can do.
because it goes beyond just speaking from this place. It's a partnership if possible. There is a model you could run.
So we can just
with
talk
them.
about this after this period.
Any other questions so that we can wrap up this and have the last two? Okay, thank you so much, GPI Farms. And the Gari Jebu, maybe some of us come and sample it.
Yes,
and test whether it's actually original Gari
This
Jebu.
100% Gari Jebu, I can give you that
Okay, I will
guarantee.
check it out when we have some free time.
Yeah, thank you very much.
All right, thank you, thank you. Let's put our hands together for GPI
Thank you,
Farms.
thank you. Okay, Titi,
Okoyemi.
Titi,
Yes.
just breaking news. So, right, two things. People have been sitting here all day.
Yes.
So what we want to do, there's three things. The health pitch needs to come up next, but Before that happens, so we can speed up, two other things. The tea break. What we're going to do, when the health pitch starts, you can go for your tea break, go in and out. But do not take 2-3 portions. That's number one. That was the complaint. Do not take other people's portions. But we need to speed up the time. If we say, okay, so individually, you can actually start going for your tea now and bring it back. And at the same time, we want you to stand up and stretch your legs.
That's important.
We don't want anyone to say they came here, then they had arthritis and anything. There's no insurance for that.
If I've been struggling to get up all this while.
Go in bits, go for your tea, go for your stuff, and come back. And come back with it so we can continue the health pitch. Okay?
So do we still have the pitch right now?
We do, Titi.
Yeah, so Adenike,
yeah.
We don't know whether the investors are the ones going to grab tea right now, but Adenike, where are you? Hello, we can't all go at once. I think this should be organized in a certain way.
No.
Hello? Yeah. It's not the best.
No, she can't.
We probably would have finished. Give 10 minutes.
You should have allowed them to finish.
Okay, you know what?
Can we?
Come back in 10 minutes. 10-minute break.
Okay, so let's do that.
Because even you've tried.
I want to.
Yes, then breathe.
I don't tire.
Everyone, go for your tea, but come back straight away. Tea, coffee, you've tried. In fact, chop knuckle. You've tried.